those buses up until now. We still have 35 years worth of payment to pay for those buses. Same way. And this morning,
Oh, the JOS bus them. Me not
JOS bus them.
No, man, we don't pay for JOS bus long time.
No. 100 years.
Sure?
No, we still owe them.
Eh?
Them JOS still a get paid.
Those buses, JOS was free.
That contract now pay off till I think at 2050.
But I think
Which year they coming?
JOS?
A 100 year.
No, man, JOS was from JOS was pre-independence, but something, you know. Jamaica inherit JOS, you know.
Still owe them Cosmo 100 years. You not reach 100 years yet.
Good afternoon, comrades.
Afternoon, Tiny Whiny.
Afternoon, Tiny.
You hear the latest news about the boy where analyze the little girl?
Yeah, put the 5 of them analyze him.
Okay. Yeah, that my friend just text me and tell me, say, now Clarendon.
Yeah, Sandy Bay. I don't know where Sandy Bay is still, but...
Sunday, it's in a Clarendon, it's in a Maple. Sandy Bay in a Maple.
Sandy Bay.
Analyze him.
No, it's not that. Another Sandy Bay there, the one. No.
Eh?
Yeah, Tiny. I the one down this side. Cause last night I'm in there Falmouth, so I don't Sandy Bay where you like you go back to the side.
Then I want Sandy Bay the round that side, you know. Cause my friends are Clarendon, so that's why I say. Why is that pity them what him like that man? Him toenail and all them hood should have cut off. What you mean? All them hood should have cut off.
Alpha. But yeah, Cosmo, we still owe them and we not done pay them off yet. 100 years. And we have 35 years to go. So
I was researching.
So research it, Cosmo. Research it. Yeah. And at this morning, me know that too. This morning, me know that. Trust me.
Because I know JOS come from before independence. It was way before independence.
Yeah, 1950 something.
It was still owe them because it was a Cosmo. Believe you me when I tell us it was a shocker to me. It surprised me because me never know that. I did not know that, and this morning me learned that from the live. And I went, Howard, one PMP said it. So we still, Jamaica still owe JOS.
England himself. Me not listen to.
Very close to the comeback line and was allegedly used as a base for an entire team to an operator. The neighboring village of
As much surprised me just to see him. That we still owe.
Man, is while they have to
Yeah. Well, look, only thing me say, me glad him get unalive Princess Black. That me glad for. No matter to me, seriously, wish part them hold him and unalive him as long as him is not in the land of the living. That's good for me. Trust me. We are talking about Edward Siaga now. Tiny whiny.
Yo,
The wickedness of Edward Siaga. We are talking about Edward Siaga. Or Edward Siaga mash up Jamaica, run Jamaica to its knees, sell out Jamaica.
and the Dutch people them not talk about that. I went on this morning there I read on something they say. I'm right mango. I comments pan when Malahu Ford. I talk about. And when you take a stock, them are the my golden name about. I aim I stop the Jamaica Franton Republican. And at the end of the day, them attack one man in both. Oh, you have to make white man rule with. Me just comment and say, Don Buster was white man, Don Siaga was white man. So what? I want to have the king. I want the king to rule on the sea. We are a white man. You come off of the F man. I left him alone. What woman say? Comments. Me just come off.
But Tiny, it no matter for me. You know, say me no, honestly, me no follow them up when them talk about my old man skin. Me used to, but me no follow them anymore. Because at the end of the day, that have nothing to do with you. Because see, when them Asma.
Yeah.
On that door, why you tell them people here the significance of the bell?
The building used to use to get up
Slavery,
slavery.
man. Slavery thing,
But
you know.
everybody know that.
So that is why me not follow them on Friday. Anytime them can tell me what the bell significance, what the bell represent, then we will have arguments with them or mark more than skin color. But for now, bell used to represent slave. It's the slave master them used to use when them are calling the slave or when them are sending the slave them in the field to go work. So
And them use it one night time to run the slave neck or a runway. Jingle bell.
Yeah. So when you run, the bell start ringing.
Yeah, man, that's how the term jingle bell.
They used to use it as a trap, all them use it as used to use it and trap the slave.
I put you on their neck so they can't run, and as them run, because they use iron and put you on their neck. Yeah.
So anything that them can't talk about that, then we debate them about my old skin color. And at the end of the day, it is okay if a white man beat a black man because them alright with Colonel Charles and Desmond Mackenzie being beaten by Edward Siaga. So all me have to tell them say a white man time now. Black people sell out them black race. So a black white man time now.
Yeah, I want.
When they go vote for Siaga, follow them people when them talk here tiny whiny.
In a Jamaica now, we have a takeover, a fully takeover of different race because we don't control the food. And in my local community, there was a little bridging named Town Man. We have one little mini mart. Now I want big Chinese come up the bright side of him. Now I want little community now. In the town have about 5 Chinese already. And now right side of him now, running competition with him now. One little place, one Chinaman come up, one more business or so. Plus then start well up so across the whole island and all like something bigger at me, you know. So one I think I look into if Jamaica people really have pay attention. If the man them mess with curry, them do the better pack curry what they the government catch them and said that they seize the too much $1 million worth of a better pack curry because some people were sick out. So all right then, you catch them, then catch them at the Milo one at a time to remake back the Milo, right? At which point in time do we draw the line? Because they're gonna make back the baby feeding shortly. They're gonna make back everything. They're gonna make it back. Where do we draw the line as a people who say, yo, we have to control our own food? That means we know what we're eating.
Hold on the jams. Tika.
Yeah.
I jump down. I just get one call and I have to go call Steve. You hear?
All right.
Me soon join back.
All right.
Listen, Tika, me get one call that cut me off a while ago.
Yeah, me realize you get a call.
in that same vein where jamming attack, we need to look on it serious, you know. And if it means that if we take it down a dark path, I'm going to be very vocal now, because this Chinese thing, it get out of hand. And the government will lick them finger. I want everyone to listen to me and say. The government will lick them finger from this Chinese thing. No. Check how much food stuff coming out of the country. And it was fake. Then we get fake cabbage, we get fake rice, fake curry, and what? The next one is what?
Magnum.
Magnum. So much. No, man. It must stop.
Magnum never fake. The Magnum never fake.
Yeah, Cosmo. You
No,
don't
they boycott it, man. They boycott it, Westmoreland. They
No, DNG, no, man, no.
Cosmo, the Magnum.
Ray
them
never
fake.
Ray never came out. Hold on a man, Ray never came, something because a long time. Ray never get a Magnum buckle from two suppliers. One of them carry a jagged edge on a bottom height,
Right.
and a cord, and the next one is just regular.
Okay.
So that people
verify
didn't
that?
see the two different buckle.
Yeah. So who verify that? You say? Ray
Something Ray never came out at Sunday. It's just two different suppliers supply them with buckle.
Oh, because I heard it, you know, but I didn't really delve.
No, it's
too
two
deep in
different
it.
suppliers supplied the Ray never buckle. So you'll buy a Magnum at one place, you buy a Magnum, and you get a one with the little sprinkle and go around the back.
the color of the car. The color of the car, the change.
Yeah? No, the color can't change.
The color of
on
the
the
car
label.
when change down here. That man tell you. The color of the car.
So what?
Change. In Westmoreland, the color of the car, the change.
Yeah.
The bottom
that's-
we used to mark them from the one.
At bottom them use a mark.
Them
them.
never used to have no writing, and we used to say don't.
No man, it's two different because through the Magnum is so popular now. They have a different supplier supply them with buckles. Can we get Magnum straight from DNG and it from Jerry and Neville, and it no have no something in the bottom, right? But what the guy say, the one where they might export, because they might export it to what they merely export, the one that have the number on the bottom line.
Oh, it's like a tracking number. I'm told that
Yeah.
no, that is a tracking number.
Yeah,
Like
the
a
two of
batch
them
number,
number,
like-
you track it by the barcode, you know, but
Yes,
it's just that
yeah, man, it have a
code
number on the
yeah.
bottom for you. It is
Yeah, the
molded,
manufacturer
it is
code.
molded into the thing.
Because
Me understand what you say,
I
Cosmo.
want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Hold on, the
Remember
radical.
who
Cosmo.
we're dealing with
Yeah?
is
Cosmo.
Yeah.
Me a step away for a second, yeah? Me a go outside, go take up some clothes. Just
Yes,
go and
ma'am.
monitor for me till me come back.
Me and the moderator.
Me don't know how to make you the moderator, but
Me and the moderator. Yeah, the man something anti-fairness still about?
yeah, she said she soon come.
She
She
said
gonna
she
make
soon
a
come.
call, but me a go skip.
Oh.
So just
Yeah,
go
man,
and-
you can go and go do your thing and come back, man. Because we are going
But I just said there's something you can't really counterfeit Magnum, sir, you know. Just like you can't counterfeit rum. You can't counterfeit Jerry and every business.
But one I think what we have to look into do, members of the people that are good at counterfeiting, right?
Yeah, but you have to know where you're counterfeit.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though, do you think we're safe with them with the new building them we're building now?
Well,
no regulation, no regulation. on the
No,
regulation.
but hold on.
No, our
But we
structural
have a-
engineers are good, you know.
We have building, and I
Yeah.
like say them come and put up building
Yeah,
and
man.
nobody check.
Yeah, man, the building them good, man.
Right? And the thing with it is this. When they come on to building with Chinese,
Them-
people need to give them props.
Yeah, man, them good. Structure
They are
in
good at
general.
building.
No. I mean, I read it wrong. I read it wrong. Me not
Okay.
talking about the building structure, you know. I know it build how strong it be. Me talking
Right.
about secretively, you go have, just like if them find the Jamaicans and make back the Kulu Kulu rum, what if them in them building I do them things that I make back some of the product them? Come and sign up. Make sure
No man, they only the answer that they say like we're Chinese though. They manufacture things and they manufacture things in bulk. So a man where bring in get Milo make, because if you check it out, Milo make a China, right? So they will buy it from China, from them, bring it into bulk, and then they repackage it, right? That's what I think with them though. They would bring in things because the thing with it no is there's no copyright in China. So once you send your product to China for make, they can't anybody can make it. China don't deal with copyright. So if you send Grace Tomato ketchup for make a China, them are gonna make ketchup for something. So all them are gonna do is either them are come with something the same ketchup for them that sell it or with Grace that sell. Them are come with it and put for them one packaging on it. And tell us Grace. I just saw them work. Because them not have no copyrights over there.
Jamie, all that kind of trouble smartly, and we are not
So
producing.
Cosmo, where the plastic rice did come from?
The plastic rice was the plastic rice was a wedding rice. Is what they use for wedding decoration. Instead of wasting real food, they made the plastic rice and you buy the plastic rice from like stores that sell wedding paraphernalia. It was not something there. Propaganda people are spread.
So
can't
onto
do
the plastic
rice.
cabbage.
That was a food commerce. The man I met that before China because something. The man made the things, the lettuce and them something. He made them for food for when he's doing food commercial.
Or like an
Right.
exhibition.
Right, so they don't use real things like something. Like if them are gonna make one burger commercial, it's not a real burger them are gonna use.
Mm.
Right, so what they do, the plastic rice. So just like the wedding store, like you're gonna get married, you don't throw real rice, you throw the plastic one.
Okay.
Right, so they don't waste food.
Mm.
So that was what they was something that all of these things that right. And I see a company that make them. Them are the rice commercial like plastic rice they use. It was not something for consumption because you can't eat plastic rice. That just don't make no sense. Because you can't, even if you take one sweet plastic now put in your mouth, you can't chew it up.
Exactly.
Right, so that's what the man there's a little Chinese man right so he said he made this he been doing it for commercial for years now, right? Just like you have people make counterfeit money for the props, for the movie. You have company that make duplicate money, you know, but it's just like a one side them print.
Okay.
Them don't print two sides.
Them print the two side them man.
No,
They print it, man.
No, we buy them all the while, man. We buy them from Amazon and they come. We have them. The American money them.
the American money.
Two side them print. But all things say have a mark on it. It mark. It's a props. It mark props on it.
Oh, okay.
On one side.
Yeah, it mark props on it.
Yeah.
Because we know that they stop them because they don't allow you to print. You have to
both
print the
side, but
money.
they put props on it.
Right?
But you can't tell the difference with no money. You can't tell the difference. It's in a feeling.
Yeah, but you can't carry a shop.
No, you can't spend.
Right?
Yeah, man.
Because a lot of money we see them man use when they do music video and them something. And not real money.
Yeah, man. I props money them use. I profit money them use. Yeah.
It's just that people just to take down something because you cannot eat plastic rice. That's just impossible. You couldn't even bite it.
No, but that will be impossible.
Yeah?
That would be impossible.
Right. So that's why when I saw it, that's about something because this man been doing them things there for years. Because I watch him use I make the lettuce and the cabbage and them something there.
So, Pastor, let me ask you something now. I change gear a little. I was, I say to Tika, but she never, she said she never see it. I saw on YouTube a video. Well, it wasn't so much a video. It was a narrating type of thing where they were saying Andrew Holness turned down the offer for Ibrahim Traore to travel to Jamaica. That was sparked by Usain Bolt sending him a letter, you know, and so
what?
Usain Bolt wrote Captain Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso, wrote him a letter, and you know he was telling him how he admired his strength and his resilience and so on, and for his country and his people and so on. No, and the backdrop of that, seems the good president decided to travel to Jamaica. Based on what I am hearing on the YouTube channel, but the Prime Minister turned it down, so I don't know if it's an AI, if it's false, if it's propaganda, I don't know.
Prime Minister, the man don't make up his mind when he's the man had Usain Bolt make him want to come to Jamaica. He want to come to Jamaica because he is a big fan of Bob Marley music and he listens to it, right?
Right, that
and
was mentioned.
He built a statue of Bob Marley there and open it, right? And you know, it's something he said that in the near future he would like to come to Jamaica to visit Bob Marley, with the land where Bob Marley born. Man never say he come to Jamaica. He never say when he come to Jamaica.
Okay.
Right? And the man is a diplomat. You can't
yes, and all the channels have to be explored. Exactly.
Right.
So that's why I said I am wondering if it is the AI generated thing because this AI thing
he's one of the most wanted person right now.
Yes, and the globe.
He would not make an announcement that he might travel to Jamaica to give the French and American time to set up his asset.
Thank you very much. So I leave it open. I'm glad you say to you and you provide some clarity, as you have always done. That's why
the man something because even last week he was going to Russia for the Victory Day parade.
Right.
And Putin tell him he was planning to take a regular something. Putin tell him no.
Right, and Putin tell him no.
Putin tell him no, you're not. And Putin said no, don't travel no or something. So Putin sent his private plane. That it is the second time that plane a fly. Right, and him send the plane to pick up Ibrahim Traore. Yes. Alongside with Umar Putin even used extra fighter jet to flank the plane. Right. And the man, and when he reached Moscow, a Putin car pick him up at the airport. Right, Putin personal limousine pick him up at the airport. So even and so if Putin I do that in a Moscow, where him know say you that think say him is more safer there,
Yeah.
right? You think the man I go just make a empty something move just so that come on.
And come
The
here,
man
sir.
smarter than that.
America backyard.
The man smarter than that.
Of course. The man that's what listen, let me tell you something. When I researched the man, you see, this man, Captain Ibrahim Traore, this man is no easy walkover, you know. This man is a hardened, battle ready soldier, you know. The man is no bubbly, you know. Where can he pop? And this is the problem the French and the American is having.
One of the biggest thing with Ibrahim Traore is that Ibrahim Traore is working with KGB.
Right.
And the KGB is the one that is the head of his doing the head of his security.
Yeah.
Right? So they are attacking all them on different angles. So
Yeah, because
Ibrahim Traore,
yeah.
him not gonna make them silly move.
No, it's not gonna make them silly more because right now, as we are talking, in a Burkina Faso, any country, including the US, as advanced as they are in weaponry and technology, they dare not attack Burkina Faso.
No, but Russia let me cancel because Russia's released 100,000 troops down there.
Not only that,
Right.
the whole military hardware where them send down there.
Right.
It's impossible. So they
Right.
would have set them hand now to grab him when him play the loose ball.
Man, I got something, man. The man say in the future he would like to come to
Yeah.
Jamaica. The man never say him come to Jamaica.
Yeah, because I never know, you know. So me I say no, sir.
No man, there
You
is
need
something.
to just naive.
It was statement when man make when he released the statue
Yeah.
of Bob Marley is that he was praising Bob Marley for his music, and that even after his death, his music still
Live on.
live on, and still something the power he might have, and then he was talking.
Listen,
What
because
something to talk
on the
about.
war song, it's the war song, everywhere is war. In quote back where the last year I did say about the color of a man's skin.
Right.
You
And
understand?
then he at the end of it, man said that one day he wished to visit the birthplace of Bob Marley. He man never say he might go come to Jamaica or something. He just said one day in the near future he would like to something. So nobody.
It's a rough time now for black people though, overall.
Yeah, man, very.
It's a very edgy time
Yeah.
for black people
Because
overall.
even in the United States right now, you know, the blacks in the United States, you know, them slowly wake up now, you know, to the reality that neither the Democrats or
Let
the
me tell you something.
Republicans.
Don't do that. Blacks in America, they will not wake up and they cannot wake up.
You is so?
Yes, blacks in America they become entitled, right?
Become how they feel.
They become entitled, and blacks in America they're going to see themselves that they're better than. That's why they come to Jamaica
And behave the way they do.
right? Because they think that they are better than every other person because they are from the United States.
I share what you say, you know.
Right?
I share what you say.
But that's why, because even right now, if you look at what Ibrahim Traore and what they're talking, they want to make a trade link between the Caribbean and Africa. They never said nothing about America. Because they already realize that the blacks in the Caribbean are more pan-African than blacks.
Yeah, man. Yeah, by far. But I hear African American, you know, the blacks in America, them say them is no Africans, you know.
Exactly.
That's what them say.
So
Them
they're
say them is
entitled.
no African. Them born in America.
And a
That's what
black,
them say.
a black in America will make fun of an African.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Even though you still have a few give up them US citizenship and move to the US part.
It's what they have been taught, you know. They are so brainwashed.
Yeah.
Because remember, so them can't really teach black history. You know what I mean?
No, but
The-
remember
the-
that Ghana was given US citizenship in Ghana, you know.
Quite a few did move go down there, man.
Right. And it's something normal. If you check the number, you don't find, I don't think you have 100,000 that went down there. Right. Them decide they now left America.
You see, Jamaica, you see, the Virgin did want to save Jamaica a long time, you know. But then they kill him.
Who that?
No, the Virgin, Gaddafi, him do want to build one bank in the Caribbean for the Caribbean people, them cut out IMF. So that this is the biggest problem. The world, them is the IMF, but they want to kill the Virgin too, you know. Cut out IMF. You understand?
No, I'm not IMF himself. Why he's a threat? Because if and it's not Burkina Faso, you know, it's just that you feel like he is the top man right now, right? Because there's 5. You have Mali, Guinea, and
It's about 7 of them no. It's about 7 of them no.
No, 4 of them, and then you have Angolan president, you know.
You know, I'm cut to know about if
Where you say?
Ika, wanna hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
No, I'm cut to know story. You see you give you the police and go for yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, I'm lucky, you lucky. You know, say, and them say, I want to, I agree with a guy, they make mistake. But then I say, going to see guy up win one in platform and all. You know, say, you see the 2 million I want to go, let's go. The next month in town.
Yeah.
And him, you know, and that I make mistake and say that he would do it, you know. But the name what them I look for. I look at things say you would have an ID them, you know, can say when you come up with the ID them, you know. Police must say if you go back in the house, you know.
Yeah.
I'm family enough to come down for the analyze you yesterday.
There's also them on the work.
You want to put more.
Yeah. More. And I agree with a guy them make mistake with him for mix up the story. You see, he look up in your town, Tika.
Yeah.
When put out he ran some money for.
$1 million. Yeah.
Somebody tell lie because they want the money and say that you and you take when he come out to the 3 ID them kind of one fisherman, see? He say police them say if you go in a house and then family them have to come and start ball and sit and till lie come and as make them look at the live you test there.
Yeah, it me that tell on the from morning, you know. Them get information. And when them go to Portmore, it was some mistaken identity. But by there and them had already abused the young man. But that was the young man is mentally challenged.
But me think say this a pitney away, this a guy when they analyze this man, them look then go for the youth. They are not him, you know. I the one at Tony, other little girl, at Tony. I suppose to say they mash up you more than sitting in the we alone some platform right now. We know some
hear about it. Or they mash about it. We don't talk about it this morning on the live, you know.
Who are going to Jamaica, your brother?
No, then you don't know what I want already, brother. I would the Prime Minister said. No, I would the Prime Minister said.
Like no lose your life, a man can just not like you.
Enough gone already, you know. When you get the chance to survive it.
Listen me.
Enough innocent gone already don't get the chance to survive since what day.
Listen me, brother. I serve, you see, with the police. And the atrocities that I witnessed the police carry out. Yes? There were 3 occasions where me and my troops and police had a serious standoff. When me have to give orders, yeah, to my troops and make them know say anyhow the police analyze the young man, them say neutralize the police. Me had to do that on one such occasion because the guy literally surrendered him all up a man in the ear, and the policeman want to analyze him. And me I said, no, you can't do that. How you did him surrender? Him drop the gun, him drop the pew gun a ground and hold up a man and start him and look for we the soldier. And I said, do soldier, no make him analyze me, do soldier till he up on the knee with him 2 hands in the air. You understand me? And when I hear when the sound of the safety catch, yeah, flick, me said to the policeman, me say, if you analyze this man, you know, if you analyze, listen man, the police, they are out of control.
Brother,
The police, they are. Uno stay there. You know, see how the police abuse the citizens of this country.
Yeah, man, son, kick down and back, son, man.
Look on the man where of the bar, where them go lock up the bartender. I saw that man, and you can see the rage and the vexation and the man. Hey, me say when me must watch it about 10 times, you know. Me watch the video about 10 times. The man said the police them come in and place and go in and thief $10,000 time till. Why the police and me tell you this? Me believe that man because them come to my house and then thief my medal when me get from the Queen of England, you know, and my cell phone, you know. Police do it. Police.
But they
thief
got
my phone.
radical where used to serve in the army.
Yes. You understand me? A lot of them doing a lot of unlawful acts and then getting away with it. See the commissioner of police come out and say them to stop ticket the motorists them with the car we have daylight running light, and then come back again and him say them nothing it have them have a court order to take people phone and order password.
You know, man, then lick and face and then face to get code.
Me did want one policeman see me and tell me say me in want my phone and see somebody not get analyzed. I mean no me alone.
I feel like tap what me. I like when you watch me, you just get traumatized, yo. Believe me, yo.
Comrades, I just see the picture with the young man where them analyze was the alleged raper. I mean, I tell us it's like him comfortable lying down. Me that try to say if it could have come up and I try put it up on the screen
You look at
now.
one bike in the right, Tika.
No,
There's one
him
bike
have
that-
one blue. Him not even have on clothes. Him have on one blue underpants. Just him underpants alone. Him have on.
Friendly troops advanced.
So all them say them hold him and hand him over to the police or something like that. So them find him my mother yard.
No,
Nothing
sir.
like that. What them did I say? Me I go try. Me I try. Me I go try. Say me can show you know. The picture, the thing with the young man.
Channel. What's your approach?
You're from mine, Tika.
It me I
Imagine if I'm alone in the yard, you see the brother?
Families into a nation. Just look at
It's great. Me I try. Me I try. For you.
if your attention is
So the extrajudicial killing go on with analyzing go on with the police with him then. Because
No.
I don't think him put up a fight.
No,
No,
catch
but
up
the
with me.
thing about
See
it,
me
you know.
just.
No, sir. No, sir. No. Do not think of it in that light. Not because it's a manhunt and not withstanding the fact say him unalive someone, grape the little girl, that not give the police a right
Untouchable, send me a WhatsApp.
analyze him that
Send me a
way.
WhatsApp message. Untouchable. Send me a WhatsApp message.
I personally do not believe in this thing, you know, this thing where the police are going with, you know. I can tell you, them nearly unalive me in a Constant Spring police station. Phone. How the hell you unalive 6 man and only have 2 guns for sure? So hold on. Them a fight. One take the gun and fire and the next one take it and get the next one and the next one take it and get the next one. Eh? In my time serving, I have been through many battles. We can tell you that. We can tell the world that. Many battles I fought.
Tika, what kind of style that?
You understand me? And there's no time at all. No time at all that I have an incident and it is
Tika.
questionable. Because
Tika,
them
me
make
old
sure
man-
warn you.
The
The
old man
JD,
that say, but the old man that say, hold on the road up. The old man that say, but wait.
no, accident do what man? Toe will fall all the time.
Sydney,
So-
Sydney, funny live.
So what me I say? The police, they need to rein in the police and these damn blasted fucking labor right who are talk about
Road up, what do you know?
them a support the police. And because it no harm to them.
You see the video with the man on the bed, with the guy where them unalive, the rapist.
Teeth up on the bed. Them, you see when I show you?
No,
Hospital.
on the bed. Him
Yeah,
I
hospital.
sleep or something. Eh?
Oh yeah, them should analyze him again.
Now I'm
Where's
so
the-
underpants. Him have on one blue
Them put him off
underpants.
to
Where's
sleep.
I bet in the pan?
Look like him did not sleep like them catch him in him sleep.
I should
So
look like
that means that somebody put him up there.
Yeah, good.
Him should have analyzed somebody who put him up to.
Yeah, that me say. Me nah no remorse.
No
But that-
The mother
that's
say him shouldn't name taxpayers money. That the mother say. The mother
Yeah, but the
say-
mother did not support him long time.
Untouchable. Regardless, you know, that person of that occupant, you know, should have brought to justice, you know.
The person that should have get
Whoa,
brought to
whoa,
don't analyze it because we don't know the situation. Because I heard that she was weaponized.
Well, I know, untouchable. Listen, None of we writers up on the platform don't know if it's not that same person and him over.
Come on, Anna, it wasn't on a bed, man. It was in the hospital on a cardboard, right down on the ground. Look on the picture properly.
Oh, Canada Regional Hospital.
No, man, look on the picture good. Up on a cardboard in another bed.
What's that message again?
Look up on a cardboard in there, right down on the ground.
Oh,
Yeah, man, another bed, man. Look on the picture good again.
I don't see the picture yet, I don't see the picture.
Yeah, man, I see the picture, man.
So hold on, which hospital? Canada Regional Hospital?
No, because I must say Clarendon and get so that much Spanish.
Oh, Clarendon.
Yeah, Clarendon and get killed now.
yeah, man, Clarendon.
Me think it's a Sandy Bay down there, because they must say somebody said they see my fall last night.
No, man, a Sandy Bay and a Clarendon and get killed, man.
Them hold him.
Okay. All right.
Upon a piece of cardboard in the man, lying on the ground at the hospital. Look on the picture good again.
Why rough? When me say rough, man. Rough, I jump, man.
Well, them say the crime down, you know, so me need somebody to explain that to me.
Policemen normally like to.
Oh, but we have two stabbing fatality over the weekend, you know. One a man live, you know, and one a man take up the end.
Yeah, the food man, the two man will fight over the woman.
One is a fruit vendor and one with two young guys on the side. A fight for a background room on the side.
Oh, God. When it go down?
You have a fucking, I don't know what, them young youth, I don't know.
That's why, you know.
What the common like demons and them, you know.
See, over years, I do construction, you know, and me and labor always beg, you know. So I do casting, me no buy room, you know. I always tell them, say, after only done the room, we don't go buy on the room. But we not buy no room, give nobody one room. I'm always vexing me feel. Because I can't see sense tonight if you have man work and you buy 3-4 back room and you mix concrete. What kind of room?
Yeah.
I told man.
Real thing, man.
You know why one grave takes so long to build? Eh? Too much rum.
Well, a part of the culture, you know. Part of the culture. Because I know some man, you know, them just go there, you know, just for the rum, you know.
Just to the rum.
Yeah, man. Just for the rum. Yeah, man. But
me build grave, you know, and me don't, when me don't build grave, you know, man, and me left me don't build grave like we don't black them not like an hour time, you know, 1 hour, you know. And when me left, you know, because me I go bathe and pass the man, and they still sit down and drink rum and chat all sort of the story, you know.
yeah, man. Yeah,
The
man.
whole year. Then they grave digger and grave don't build long time.
Them
And
not gonna
some
go digging.
of the time, you know, who are drinking rum, don't lift up
Hey, brother,
Me just go to tell you. And that me just go tell you. Oh,
You see it, look fine, go to see it?
yeah.
Upside cardboard in my phone. You see it?
What is in that one?
Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What is in get man? Cause he want all like this, so.
What the shot him get, man?
Yeah, man.
The one in our left, in our right hand breast, so. One over him shoulder,
Yeah.
right in one of him face.
Them bore him up, man. Them bore him up. But look on this a big old dirty boy and for 1 little 9-year-old pitney, man. Eh? Big
But
old
me I say look
crusty.
from back road, look how much man. They on the road that do them thing, you know?
Jesus.
Why?
Mighty.
Things stay away, brother. You can't tell them that stay away. And, you know,
Mighty.
stay away, bro. Things stay away, man.
A boy that credit a long time, man. Him
Long.
to go on.
Yeah, because me say
I'm not sorry
four
for
case
you,
them out,
Steve.
you know.
Nah, I'm not sorry for you.
I'm not sorry for him, brother. Are you enough to spend a day in a lockup? Not even as much as a day.
You know who me sorry for? In some sort of way. the family them have to go live with the shame for the rest of their life.
Oh, Field family.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
you say them not gonna live in no shame.
Yeah, you know, say, me a listen from all the mother me a hear from an interview, you know. Them born long time, you know.
His mother abandoned him long time for the second one. Cause she say when him alright, they mean living now. When he do the work, so when he
No, why mother say,
and his father running with long time.
his mother say, him father used to abuse her. And he couldn't take the abuse, so she did walk out and leave them. So the father take her to court and gain custody over the youth. Then say from a 2-year-old, him not really raise and really him raise him. There's like him a carry a vendetta from him time and say him neglect him for him a little boy, you know. So him and his mother have that good relationship, you know.
So that means he get the bitter blood from his father then.
Yeah, come here, we alone some did that interview with the mother.
Yeah, he get the bitter blood from his father.
Yeah, because his father is an abuser, because his father that brother, and the father not, you can notice that him grow without parents. Most likely. Yeah.
All right, guys, I want to share some very important information because I know all the way I have access to the document here. So me don't know if you know we allow me the time.
Yeah, man, we ask.
From the Constitution, the Jamaica Constitution, because I had 2 copies and one of them, one female borrow one and you have to go buy back one next one. So I am going to read for you from chapter 3 of the Constitution of Jamaica. Yes. Beginning at section 3. And it says, I read. Remember, I'm not going to read the whole item. Just so that you get a clear insight as to what is lawfully right and what is lawfully wrong. As it relates to your right as a citizen of Jamaica to move across freely. So me read, the right to freedom of thought, conscience, belief, and observance of political doctrine. That's A. That's B. C, the right to freedom of expression. D, the right to seek, receive, distribute, or designate information, opinion, and ideas through any media. Like what we are doing now. Nobody is supposed to come tell you say it wrong and lawsuit this and that. That's basically what this is saying. The right to freedom of peaceful assembly and association. That means if persons decide that something is wrong and then they decide so they are going to have a peaceful demonstration and they take it to the lawful channel, they go to the police and they put it to them and then get the permission. The police are supposed to turn up in a no intimidating fashion and behave like they want to frighten them. That's unlawful. The police who take part in that, them themselves can be charged.
Like we see take place at one other day.
Exactly. You understand me? The right of every citizen of Jamaica to enter Jamaica and of every person lawfully in Jamaica to move around freely throughout Jamaica, to reside in any part of Jamaica and to leave Jamaica.
That's like a full curfew now.
All right, you're up on the ball. So you see why Mark Golding was right when he said it was unconstitutional. Because you're going, you come out, but you can't go in unless you have an ID. If you say, yeah, you work, that's all. Suppose you don't have no ID, you can't pass, you know. And if you try pass, you have to breach a curfew act. Exactly. And that is what Mark Golding was saying, because a lot of the citizens in Montego Bay, especially where the curfew was being held, face that dilemma. Them never have no ID, so them go out and want to go back at them yard and can't go back. And when them take them, arrest them and charge them. Lock them up for 2-3 months.
Me go through it, you know, and the man take me from Palmyra to go towards Paisley, you know, and carry me all the way to Montego Bay with my bike in a Jeep back, you know. Tell them how charge me 100,000 because me breach curfew.
Thank you. Yeah, so they are G now, the right to equality before the law, the right to equitable and humane treatment by the public authority in the exercise of any function. You hear that? I read it again. The right to equitable and humane treatment by any public authority in the exercise of any function. Function can mean the same thing we are talking about: curfew, the so-so, where the so-so, where Andrew Willis got Israel and bring come to Jamaica, and so on. The way them treat the citizen.
Where is your clothes?
Me have to end the live, you know, get 3 restrictions. That means I'm paid because I'm never get locked down.
Okay. Yes, so folks, we can continue this another time because we are going to make Tika do our thing. But I will advise each person.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. A dirty shit house then.
Look like on the picture when I show you know.
I picture.
Oh, the blood, yeah, the blood.
Oh.
I mean, I want you to tell some man shadow ban you know feet, you know, before you put up, you know, because I know them time. Sometimes we have to share them something.
You know, Mr. More than one program put it up.
Yes.
Yeah, I say a funeral instantly. I just couldn't bother to say and do the action.
Them,
yeah.
where Siaga signed in the 80s. How many times him get money from America in the 80s? IMF, World Bank. Did you know that Edward Siaga collected the most money ever recorded in Jamaica from overseas people in the 80s? I want to see what I'm doing with it. Over $1 billion US in the 80s. You know how much money that? What him do with all of that money then? Why him close down some of the hospital? Why him downscale some of the clinics then? Why him lock down some of the schools? Why him fire a whole heap of government worker? Lay them off. All of these things are for growth. Why is it that in the 80s people could get job and them have to turn to the streets for hustle? Majority of them for try to make a living.
Yo, we are talking about nothing go say no man.
When me not
say, when you look on Jamaica, how Jamaica grow in the 80s. Because could you talk about growth? You know what is growth, Caution? What is growth? In your eyes, me I talk about. As are you. What is growth?
Right. First and foremost,
tell me the definition of growth in the economy.
You have two kind of growth, Showski.
Yeah.
You have the country can grow and the people can grow. And definitely, the country never did that grow in the 80s, neither the people.
How would you measure that? How would you measure if the people is growing? You got
Based
2.5
on-
million people in Jamaica. How would
based
you
on
measure? 'Cause you can't
evidence.
have about 1 and 2 people.
Based on the evidence that was provided.
What evidence?
All right, so how the prices of food, did it jump
Yo,
in the 80s?
Jamaica grew 5 and 6 and 4% in the 80s, bro.
The whole time throughout the 80s.
That's good. Just Google it. You don't have a laptop in front of you.
Just whole time through the 80s.
Throughout the 80s, Jamaica, where you think them could have recovered so much, so quick from Gilbert, to be fair? No matter where you go say, Jamaica was growing in the 80s.
All right, so well, I know I'm a job for my phone right now. Somewhere me I go in, I need to go fast. I'm going to look this up now. So I can start from 19. All right, well on then. Yeah. Growth of Jamaica. 1981. Jamaica. 1982%. Note that person. All right, in a 82, Jamaica grew up by 0.2%.
In 82,
Yeah, I'm going to
Jamaica grew by 8%.
All right, 83, they're not putting a percentage to 83 because I guess this was a part and time.
Hold on there. That me I see right there, sir.
How much you see right there, sir?
Hold on there. Pull it up. Turn on the camera. Turn on the camera. 80, me see 4.4% growth. Turn on the camera.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you see me on light here. Nobody now pay me.
All right, bring it up now. Well, fine, still.
4.4%. See there?
Go over to the next side. Nah, man, over there, man. Over, let me see the year.
81.
But the camera in the focus good enough.
Hold on, let me clean up my camera. Look at it. Yeah, I see it better.
Still blurred. Easy to have look a bit. Yes. All right, so go over back. Go over to the percentage. All right, so go up now. What 82 there? What 82?
82 there. 81, 80 this come from. So it has this. It show me up to 80.
So it not go past 80.
It show me up to 81.
Oh.
So 1980 after election we have minus 4% growth.
Yeah.
And then 80, 81. So can maybe try find that.
Yeah, man, find that, man. Because we want to go up to, we call it up to 89.
Yeah.
We want to go up to 89. And that's a matter of fact now.
Hold on.
Tell this show. Before we're going to further. You see, this is the thing, you know. Show
Let me tell you this thing. In 1989, Jamaica, hold on, look on the last one, you know. It's what I say. In 1989, Jamaica economy experienced a growth of 4.6%. This growth was driven by 19% increase in gross domestic product at the current price reaching 22.4 million, while the overall economy grew.
In 1989, Jamaica had a decline.
Don't say that, and I mean, I say that, you know.
No, but me I look on it. We had a
say that, you know, bro.
Hold on, bro. Right?
All right, first and foremost. Listen.
You can't reason for propaganda.
Listen to what I say now. All right, listen to what I say. This is what I say, Virgin. I have to hear me good when I talk. You see, the growth of the country is not the growth of the people. I just tell you that just a while ago. And you need to understand that terminology there. You see, any growth where you come with, the people in the 80s, that never reached them. And you can't have a country that grow and the people now grow. Because the country was growing because
lot of social programs, right? So he was able to save money economically that way. So you're right. It's not impacting the people directly all the time.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because the
But Kasha, but if you look on it, you know, our net reserve, right? It declined $200 million under the Edward Seaga administration.
When me I try to forget, it's not about all of them something and really matter to people growth. The people growth is what the government do with that to them. So you can show me, say, yo, the country I grow, but me not grow.
Caution, let me tell you one way, even right now, physically speaking, I'll show you one way how the country I grow. You want to hear?
Listen, I hear this me I talk about. Anyhow, the people then did I feel the growth in the 80s. Them would lose by a landslide. People that are hungry, people that are suffer. We all know that, brother. The evidence is there in the pudding. You don't need no glasses to see that. Between 1983 to 1989, even though you come and you can show up on paper about the country that grow 1%, it's and that the people that dead for hungry. So
no, we don't talk them, man. Never in Jamaica. We don't want nobody bring down Jamaica and talk that, man. Never in Jamaica.
Man, listen, Brethren. Don't tell me never in Jamaica, Brethren. Talk to your grandmother. Listen, man, talk to your mother and your grandmother, brother. How them used to survive.
What do you mean by some of them? I talk to my mother, civil servant, my mother nurse in Jamaica for 45 years.
And through the 80s.
And when I ask my mother the difference, my mother can tell me these things. And my mother is a politician, my mother a Christian. Now go ever vote.
So why the country vote out?
So you ask your dog if you listen to these people.
Listen, Brethren. There is nowhere in a history the 80s can so nice and you get voted out by a landslide. Impossible.
You don't know why that happened.
Impossible.
You know why that happened?
Man, the evidence.
You see, an
election is what you call a referendum. And if Edward Seaga put a referendum, if Edward Seaga put a referendum in an election, the election results alone would prove to you say Edward Seaga did do good in the 80s. Because at the end of the day, nobody could have bullied Edward Seaga. Edward Seaga was a we don't want to go that road there. So at least people would go out and say, well then, yeah, we are stand against this man because we understand the type of person Edward Seaga is. For him get voted so wickedly and could lead back Jamaica, Virgin. It proves a point that the Jamaican people felt it and then decided to show it at the polls. Remember, them left from 60 seats to 8. No, 8. I saw? 15. Yeah. 60 seats to 50.
You know, make me talk.
Big man, listen when me I send a Brethren and I talk into the thing, brother. Action, Brethren. You have to understand. We understand all of that. There's no way a government.
Send you a growth chart.
Yes, send me a chart. You understand? And this is where me not understand with these kind of people come to me now. They're going to tell me say in the 80s was also wonderful, but at the end of the day, the government at the day did not put him back.
Caution, it's not all about winning elections, bro.
Wait, so it's not all about winning election, but it's all about what the people feel. It's all about what the people feel.
It's not all about winning elections, bro.
All right. So the next thing now, yeah, in the 80s, where them don't want to tell you. You understand how much Edward Seaga left Jamaica and
you know, make me talk, you keep on
big man, I don't really want to hear what you have to say, brother, because you're not talking when you talk right now. How much loan Edward Seaga take from IMF and World Bank in the 80s and left with a debt that the Nether administration have to come in and clear off them debt there. How many loans him left with in a Edward Seaga take about 6 World Bank loan and about 8 IMF loan throughout the 80s. And the most loan we ever borrow in the history of Jamaica. When you go check it for yourself, 81, 82, 83, it come like every year the man borrow a loan. Seaga left Jamaica heavily in debt. Man, stop interrupt me live and cuss bad word na Birchin. Stop and mute your mic, my damn mind. I want to your Birchin. Heavily in debt, and these things are facts. So when the nether government actually come in, when the nether government have to go do, the other government have to go pay off these loans. They can't go continue borrow and not pay them off. We have to think with sense. If me get up every day and just borrow loan and not pay back, what go happen? My country go collapse. And that's what end up happening in the 90s, because when Edward Seaga borrowed the money them, he never do nothing with the country. So even though he might grow the country on paper, he never grow the country. Actually, we are in, they can look and say, well then, look, we get some factory. The factory them are closed down. Everything are locked down. We have to produce. Everything are butter down, a boil down.
Yo, when we talk about that, you talk last
Nah,
time.
man, I cost my time for talk, man.
Let's say something, right? But here happened.
Yo,
the
hold
growth,
on, man. May I come
the
on,
growth,
man?
the growth,
Listen, me, I say, man.
the
Where I say
growth,
to me, say.
That's my way I say.
the growth we might talk about, right? If Jamaica was growing so much and was doing so well as something, because we had a decline in 81 in the growth of the country in 81, right? We had a minimal growth in 82, 83, 84. Then you had a decline 85, 86, right? So if the growth rate was all of what they say it was, while that they were pushing to, right? Why is it that instead of, because they said that the net reserve was in a negative, why is it that the net reserve grew under such a successful time to them in so a deeper negative? Because we get when 89, when the PNP take over the country, the net reserve was almost $600 million negative, right? And they were in power for 8 years and couple months, and they did not do anything to clear it up. And within 3 years' time, the PNP clear it up, pay off what we had owed, and put the net reserve in a positive for the first time in our history, right? Right. So we do it again. It is disingenuous for them to come up and saying that both parties did the country wrong, right? When you have a party that just totally mash up the country, right? Because all the growth that they're talking about, it reflect on the people life. It will reflect on the social program. There was no social program, right? Well, on a better matter. Jamaica start deteriorate and something, man. When Seaga came into with this as spread narrative that we were going communist.
90s.
Well, on a brother, but that's true. No, brother. Jamaica start deteriorate
from
when
$5
Seaga
to
turned against
130
Jamaica.
when we get back government.
Brother, hold on.
Well, I know we're not gonna argue about this.
Hold on, Showski.
We're not gonna argue about this. Showski. Well, I know, Showski. Go up on the Google and find out how many loans Edward Seaga take out in a Jamaica. In a Jamaica from 1980 to 1980. Come back. Rapali.
Caution, may I teach you something here? I mean, I teach you about.
Listen, me just ask you for do something.
May I go in now? May I teach you something? May I teach you about
listen,
politics?
me don't even want you to teach me nothing. Go and go do your homework and come back, Richard. Now, what I'm telling you, tell me how much loan Edward Seaga take out between 1980 to 1989. That I want you to teach me.
Knowledge is key, bro. Learn something.
Yeah, man, teach me that, brother. Yes, so why you don't want listen to Brother Chain? You see, that is a thing in a Brother Chain. You don't want to learn nothing, you know. You just want to come spread. And as a matter of fact, you know, say what me I say are true. You know what me I say are true. That's why
because you know what?
I try to big man, you say you go away all long, brother. Go on, man, nobody now hold the Brother Chain and take you on somebody take you out of the bottom of me to say I gone like you want me to tell us a peace to you, brother. Go on, man. I'm telling my youth. You understand what I say? Them people are no say. The bag alone them where them take. The bag alone them. See a man all show in 1989, the NIR was minus 500 million. minus the bag of loan where Edward Seaga take out, World Bank, IMF, all them kind of city there, have to damage your country. And the only thing you can come tell you and show up on one little internet something about, oh, we see the country that grow this up. Brother, no come with them thing there. There is no way in a history you can lead a country with 60 seats and end up come lose by a landslide. That is not acceptable, brother. Even if you lose, you should lose by a landslide.
But caution.
The next year, the landslide get bigger. And you never come back in a power. Because the people them felt the arms. When him come in 1983, you know what them call him? The tax axe. Them send us a fling tax all about. People are lose them job. Riot. Policeman, fireman, all of these kind of people, I feel the pressure in a them time there. And I rebel. As at one point in time, then they forget to raise. And see, I come out 1985 and say, nobody now get no raise.
Here's the comparison in depth.
You understand? Yeah, man, Shaka Fear, man. 262% in debt. So if PMP inherit a country like that, well, on the new party, if the PMP inherit a country like that, you expect say is a smooth sail you go get? Them not to bring down this. Them have to bring down the 262. Them have to bring up by the NIR from negative 500, brethren. Them have to. You can't continue the same part of Seaga do that though. Because we have to get mud like Asian right now. We couldn't afford rice. We couldn't afford chicken. We couldn't buy nothing. A crash, we country crash. Edward Seaga was an earthquake in the 1980s. Whether Labour had them like it or not, it's just the truth. Edward Seaga was the earthquake in the 90s. Him shake Jamaica. Him shake out every cent out of our pocket. And you see the worst part about it? You see the worst part about it? When him shake out every cent out of our pocket, he became the richest prime minister in Jamaica at that time. Enough people don't know Edward Seaga wealth. He borrowed $30 million from a bank in the 80s. $30 billion from a bank for enrich himself, and then I go say he never remember to pay back the loan. When at the same bank when borrow the money from him used to build him company where build Enchanted Gardens and whole heap of place in a orchards. And then he moved the tourist attraction capital from Portland to the place where build Enchanted Garden for boost up film business, and all the wickedness when do in a 2003 the business end up crash. Cause God no like ugly. God no like ugly. God don't like ugly. You see people, you see, let me tell you, you see people, me listen to people and all them talk, and first and foremost when I talk to people, I not start talk with politics. Me just ask you some question. I see when people start spill them gut. Me hear people are saying in the 90s when them just start work, by the time them done work in 2006, them have 3 hours and buy car and how much money save up throughout the 90s, but yet still to them the 90s are the worst thing. And PJ Patterson are the worst prime minister. But underneath PJ Patterson, them people have become men and women who they are right now. Well, would I look in the eye and tell you, say, a lie, the 90s, the bad, and PJ was the worst prime minister, but yet still look at the asset them with them sit on pan in the 90s, coming up to 2000. But are the worst. And me as a young youth, right now, can use 16 years and accomplish what them accomplish right now. So we all must agree and understand that even though a person might say in the 90s, this and that, it better than evil right now. So Jamaica now move, and at the time there, when we hear about things I raised, was sense. And everybody complain about PJ Patterson. But you see, people understand the dynamics, and you see when you swap Black Dog for Monkey at them time, they are gonna know where you look, where you miss some. Because now you have people in 2025 a ball every day. Them cry on food price, everything, but yet still them gonna tell us, oh, this and that. In the 80s. I'm going to go back to the 80s because the 80s is where Jamaica actually crumbled, because in the 70s, we got through a social reform We go through a social reform where all of them people here, all of them prime minister will come after, including that little big nose one here. Him have to use the same policies and the implementation them and expand upon them, and then no one to come claim success. When the true success is with Michael Manley. Because if I never Michael Manley, you won't come boast about NHT bill how much house. If I never Michael Manley, you want to come and boast about all of them things there. We just come see and I do right now because him set the foundation. In a house, when you build the house, if you don't put a good foundation, you cannot see growth. And when time Andrew come in a power, he never set no foundation, he built upon where him see there already. So people should give credit to who they're supposed to get it. Michael Manley, the People's National Party, laid the foundation for Jamaica, for even Andrew Holness come right now, come talk about and bring down debt to GDP by 60%. The foundation set underneath PJ Patterson and Michael Manley for that accomplished by him. I saw it go. When Andrew come in a power, Andrew not lay no foundation, Andrew not change nothing. All him do, him increase this, him increase that, him increase. You are going to shock my boss. Pick up yourself, you know.
Yeah, no, man. But I just love add to some of them truth the way I talk. Pay truth you spit out, you know, brother.
Yeah.
I pay truth you spit out. I just want the people them know, say, 1980, Jamaica's debt to GDP was 60%, lower than what it is now. And Siaga took the country and wreck it, carried up to 262%. And I also want to add that this whole FinSac what them are talk about the problem started in the 80s under Siaga when they were giving loan, the banks were giving loan without proper collaterals. That's why Siaga could have borrowed $30 million US, as you mentioned, and never member saying borrow it because there was no collateral, no due diligence was done. That is how the banking system crashed in the 90s. And that's why Omar Davis and PJ Patterson had to brought in FinSac so as to make people get back their money because people were saving their money with these banks, insurance and all of them things, the pension plan, whole heap of people that save their money. And when the banks crash, the man them run away. And therefore, they had to bring FinSac now to basically get some of the asset together and start pay back people. And the government take a big hit because over 500,000 got back their money in FinSac, you know. And that's why the GLP cannot release the FinSac report. And we must ensure that we call for this FinSac report because I did an interview with Omar Davis. And Omar told me that a report was sent to the GLP for review. So there is a FinSac report. But because Ardley Shaw, Eddie Siaga, and whole heap more of them are going to get in a problem for them name or come out in the mud. That's why them hide the report and don't want to release the FinSac report. And then they come out, come talk about FinSac. FinSac, even with FinSac and what FinSac cost us, Omar Davis and PJ Patterson brought down the debt to GDP to 115% from 262%. So 2007 when the GLP won, the debt to GDP was 115% and the NIR was $2.5 billion coming from minus 500 million. So Omar and PJ did a great job in basically rebuilding this country, setting the foundation. Remember, PJ start the highway, so you know, brother. And when PJ start building the highway, Siaga starts squealing, you know. And say no highway, you know, for bill. And then them come name highway after him. When Bruce Golding won in 2007, debt to GDP was 115%. The NIR was $2.5 billion. When they lost in 2012, the debt to GDP went back up to 140%. The NIR went down to $1 billion. So they mash up the economy. Yeah, the IMF kick we out $1 billion. So they mash up the economy. Yeah, the IMF kick we out, not talk to it. them not chuck build back Jamaica.
Guys, you better have to come fire with some facts and convince the people what the
So those are not facts. All I want me talk can be proven. The literature is there. You go up on the Bank of Jamaica site, you find
but Gaza, you're saying that come from something. You can research it.
All of that
right?
is there, man. I can tell her if you
Within the
research
4
it.
years,
But
within the 4 years of Bruce Golding administration, not only that he did wreck the reserve, but they also almost doubled the debt.
Yes,
The debt
that
went
too.
from $900 billion to $1.6 trillion.
That too. Because they borrow the money from IMF and never carry out the things them where them tell IMF say them how do. And that's
Right.
why they took one test and then could even go up to the next test. And that's why IMF kick us out, lock us out. They got the loan in 2010 and May
13
2011.
consecutive IMF tests.
May 2011, them kick us out and now talk to Jamaica again. And that's when the economy start nosedive because we couldn't get no loan because they were stupid. There was a world recession, the global meltdown in 2008. Audley Shaw, Andrew Holness, Ed Bartlett came out and said to the country that the recession is going to benefit Jamaica and them never need to go back to the IMF. Because remember, in 1997 under PJ Omar Davis, we paid off IMF, and done with IMF, and we never owe IMF, we stop borrow from IMF, Yeah? And them take us back to IMF and couldn't basically test them. All of this information is available, my sister. Just Google it, go to the World Bank site, go to Bank of Jamaica, and you get all of them information. They go to starting everything what we are tell you, are we out there where you can research and find for yourself. We not talk from the seat of our pants. We have the data. And that's why we can reel off the figures like how we are telling you them. So Andrew Holness right now, you know, see, why you think they run? Why you think Dr. Clark? Because Dr. Clark realized that they have failed the growth part of the test. Remember, this government put in a ministry called Economic Growth and Job Creation, and check it. This country has not grown.
The EPOC was created by...
Not EPOC. No, man. A ministry called Economic Growth and Job Creation, not EPOC.
Yes.
Because they put in that ministry and said them will grow the economy by 5% in 4 years, bringing out Michael Leach in, and the whole of them are there.
How much $1 million
and they have not grown the economy by not even 2%. Them not get to in 4.
Wow.
But
and then them are gonna say a lie tell with all
the second quarter, the fourth quarter, sorry.
But remember this, remember that.
No, man. If you go starting, you find it.
But remember that
the economic decline.
The People's National Party, the People's National Party, when they were under Portia Simpson Miller administration, when they were reforming back Jamaica, and they put in the country in the legislation with Mark Golding. Mark Golding did a lot of those legislation.
Mark Golding write all of the legislation.
And that's how they formed EPOC.
Yeah.
And when they formed EPOC become now a part of where IMF now admire it, and IMF is using it now.
Exactly, because EPOC was like private sector to watch over the government.
Exactly.
Say, you can't spend more than that, or you can't borrow more than that, because based on the crash that we had between 2007 and 2012, we couldn't get back to that stage, and we had to make some serious commitment to the IMF. In fact, are the worst measures a country has ever gone under.
Should I get something?
Agreement.
So basically, even though people always say when Mark Golding do for Jamaica, him do more behind the scenes than people actually even know.
Right.
No, but it wasn't behind the scene, it's just that some people don't want to know. Remember, Mark Golding was the Minister of Justice.
He was Justice Minister at the time.
And I tell you all the while, when it comes to writing legislation, him are the best thing at that. No other minister has ever done any more bills than what Mark Golding doing in short time in the parliament. Them can't test him. You understand? So we bill out all of that, and it was just a simple mistake in 2016 why GLP win by 1 seat, because everything lined up and we were doing very well. The economy came back together, and that's why when them win, them say, yo, this solid, we're gonna grow this. but them not have no growth plan, and that
Them
is the
have no
problem.
idea.
Like
Them
the Bible
never have no
tells you.
ideas.
The Bible tell you, where there is no vision, the people perish. The
No, but
laborers,
our
they are
national
lacking
anthem said.
talent.
Our national anthem said, Shaka.
Yeah, man.
Give our leaders vision, lest we perish.
Let
It's
me
not
perish.
national
Knowledge
anthem.
send us, Heavenly Father. Them not have no
Exactly.
vision and them not have no knowledge. And that
Exactly.
is where the problem is, brother. Because you see, Jamaica should be a wealthy country, you know. We have all that we need to be a wealthy country. We don't need to look nowhere else. Michael Manley tell us from in the 70s, eat where you grow where you eat. We can't do agriculture to feed the world, but we can feed ourselves and sell whatever little. We are a country rich in culture and talent, and that is what we need to use to grow this economy. And that's why Mark Walden put in the creative culture and the creative industry, because we have to start below the creative industry. Everybody we have talent get a good opportunity to start make real money. And that's why Philip Palwell and PJ Patterson changed the whole telecommunication landscape. And that's why we can dip on a phone like this now and do what we are do. Me there, who they all over the world. So a PNP build Jamaica, brother. No make nobody fool you know, and no make nobody tell you no lies. Do the research for yourself. I mean, you have a phone in the hand now, you can't just talk to the phone and tell the phone where you want to know and it bring it up.
But I know all them say you have to bring facts and you have to lie and something, and them not check nothing, you know.
No, them you see,
Because
most of them are follow back, I know.
If you check
Most of
it,
them are
you'll
talk
see this.
after, man.
Right?
Chaka.
And it
Chaka.
Yeah, man.
When you first time on a phone?
Eh?
When you first time on a phone?
The first time I own a phone, blow out. A long time that in a brother. In the 90s though.
What kind of phone?
One Nokia, we then call fridge. But we have a brethren. The first time I see a cell phone was the one we come on the box, where you can take you up like a regular house phone. So it depends on a big box, and you take up there and inside it have a string. It have a phone card from the receipt, from the mouthpiece to the big box. That was the first cell phone.
So the car phone.
Sorry, Ericsson.
No man, that was a car phone, yeah. So on the extra, it was for a car.
Okay.
No, man, you could have walked around with it too if you have if you can. You could have walked around with it too.
The first cell phone was a big box. It was a big box cell phone with a big long phone.
Hold on, not the big back, you know, the one I tell you about. It on a platform, and it have the receiver like a house phone.
Yeah, it just set like a house phone.
And you take up that piece there and inside the card after they on it.
Just like a police.
Yeah, man.
But just like a police phone, it was like.
Yeah, my virgin was a marine pilot who used to live at Portland. He used to have one of them, and then he have to put up all a antenna upon the house to get signal, because no whole heap cell tower never did them time there. Them time they start below the cell tower.
No, listen good now. I'll tell you this, and it's a fact. You see, in Jamaica, their one full company was Cable and Wireless, right?
Yeah.
Cable and Wireless never have any competition.
No, it was the first phone company was
TOJ.
Telephone.
I'd see him one change to Cable and Wireless.
Yeah.
In fact, I'd see him one change to Cable and Wireless Flow Line, and the same company that come right down.
All right.
But Philip Palwell brought in Digicel, and that's when the whole thing changed.
Exactly.
And then Claro, and then My Phone. Couple of them come and fail.
So what the damage with TOJ does to Jamaica and Cable and Wireless. My first phone was a Motorola, that's a way back then. The fridge. In the pole.
Yeah, man.
The man even know pager.
Yeah, well, man used to work with pager. You get a message and then you go make the call. You go call the person who send you the message.
The young people know something after me.
Let me tell us something. We grew up in a community. Uncle two somebody did have vehicle, you know. Uncle two vehicle and a big bus. If the big bus miss you, you have to walk from Shrewsbury.
Which parish?
Portland.
Oh, well, me go to our community. Find that. Remember, not 80s, remember I go to water in my yard. Pipe in my yard.
No, me did a pipe on my yard too, because whole heap of water did which
Yeah, from a barn, I know myself a pipe a yard or inside bathroom.
But the only people in Jamaica don't
but
have that.
me know,
today.
me know when electricity running in my community. So me born before electricity running in my community.
Back, what's that?
May I ask you something? May I ask you something? You guys, people are chatting. All right. Do you know what the cell phone was created for?
What cell phone created for?
Yeah.
A communication. But I'm the police that use cell phone.
Huh?
Most the police used to use police telephone in Jamaica.
No,
But
man. No. Police the cell phone is a military apparatus.
I'm police. Police. I'm the police in Jamaica back then. When you look at
No, man. Police never have cell phone, man. Police have walkie-talkie.
No, man. Walkie-talkie can't give the signal like when your cell phone give. You can't tell me that.
Cell phone was a military equipment, right? And what happened? In the 90s, the cell phone switched even in the United States. In the 90s, the cell phone moved over to become now a domestic.
I'm on the official Chev, right? I said where me come from, right? Me live far from Nakua police station.
Black Hawk, I don't understand how you just come up here and just come talk about phone. Right? I don't that with that one. Look on the screen.
But you might talk about phone. You might talk about phone. You might talk about phone.
We're talking about the entire country, right?
At the end of the day, both parties lack long-term leadership for the country, long-term vision.
But Virgin, not tell a lie. Me a strong labor right. And me go through the 90s, schooling and everything. And I just saw Jamaica fall on the 90s.
You come back with that again?
I'm a prefer talk, make if you want to take me down.
Hold on.
You come back with that again?
Tasha, make if you want to take me down, I'm not telling a lie, I'm not telling nobody.
Nah, man, listen, big man, listen, Virgin.
Jamaica, Virgin.
You got schooling in the 90s. How old you be right now?
Me 44.
You're 44.
I go 45.
Hey,
about 1980.
Listen, hold on, Cosmo. You're 44. Me go schooling in the 90s. You know me how much?
And 97 minutes.
Listen, Virgin, Black Hawk. I in the 80s I go school. Check back the calendar. Check back the calendar. Big man, you can't be 44 and go school in the 90s.
Virgin.
You can't be 44. Which year left school?
80, Virgin, you got high school when?
No, but you start, so you never go primary school. You never go primary school.
That's about high school.
No, man, you say you go to school. You say you go to school. In the 90s.
Big man, him can't, listen up, him can't go school in the 90s.
We go high school in the 90s.
You start high school 92.
Hold on now.
Let's school 97. 97.
Yeah, you start high school 92.
Let me hear Shaka say.
Me are 54. Yeah? And 90s me done school. So me done school like
me done school
about 92. Because I do extra school after high school. So if you are 44.
But Shaka, him finish.
Hold on, Cosmo, make the man, Shaka, him can't go school in the 90s. Man, the man explain it to him, the Virgin. Him can't go school in the 90s.
92
high school. If you're born in the 80s, if you're born 1980, 92 you would have 12.
12 year old.
Yeah? So to reach 50, you can start high school at 12.
Yeah, you must start him start high school 92, but him go through in primary school. Him start primary school from 86.
86, yeah.
Him go basic school from
so
83.
He could have high school in the 90s, man.
Him go 90s. Right, but him not start school in the 90s.
High school.
He start school 83.
Him start high school in the 90s.
Him start in high school in the 90s.
I want to ask him one question still. Tell me what got worse in the 90s than it was in the 80s.
1992, my first school fee and book rental was $300. And PJ come and change.
1990, 92.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And we're forced
refer to the students who wear sky blue and white at Lackover High School. Right? By reach 8th grade, DJ take his school fee from $100 and put it to $1,500. You have to pay money at Workers Bank. If you don't have that money, if you have money, if you don't have money, you can't go to school.
Mm.
Wrong or right?
Yeah,
No,
that's
may I
wrong.
listen to you, may I
That's
ask you a
wrong.
question and may I listen to you more? You tell me the things that will get worse.
No, because a lot of students at that time just put out school because they couldn't afford it. They tell you $1,500 worth of money. Just like if you got like a Hampton or Manual school, same way.
No man, but you did. If your parents is interested in something,
You going to school. Him never drop out. You never hear him say him drop out. Him a tell
well, I
you
know.
what-
I say,
He just put a 10th grade. He just put a school 10th grade.
why you want to drop out? And a school fee because school fee was something. School fee was something. If you they give you there was payment plan. In school, high school.
No, hold on there. As a matter of fact, who they introduce school fee back in a school?
Edward Seaga in our 80s.
That's about the 90s when I got school. That's about before. That's about the 90s. That's when I got high school. That's when we safe. A lot of students safe.
Black
But
card,
even
black card.
Caution.
We got school underneath PJ parties. We got primary school in the 90s. I'm got high school in underneath PJ. Me left right at PJ. Hold on a brethren. There was a thing. Well, listen up. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a thing where in a 7th grade, you never have to pay a school fee, you know. You understand? Because they never turn your back from school. As a matter of fact, you could have finished school, but you know what you couldn't get? You couldn't get a certificate and your result until you pay half the school fee. So it wasn't a force. It wasn't a force. You pay the school fee. And the same thing happen right now in the government. Right now.
All right.
Let me pose this question, right? 'Cause let me pose this question real quick. Is that okay? So we're both arguing PNP and GLP, right? But you have governed Jamaica for over 60 years. Yet we still import over 80% of the food, rely on foreign oil to power the island, and suffer from chronic crime, poverty, and underperforming schools, right? So with that being said, let me finish the question. Let me finish the question, please. We still have no national food security
Hold on,
strategy that reduces
general. Hold on, I'm done, my youth. Hold on, I'm done. You ever do one thing where them call them bar chart or pie chart? You go school. And all the while it done, brother. You don't have time when it go up to. So fix
Hold
a
on.
statement, Virgin.
Hold on, but
Fix
let
a
him finish ask the
statement.
question. Let him ask the question, man. Let him ask the question.
Yeah, new party.
Ask the question, man. Why you finish asking the question?
The man.
He might
You can't mute himself.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, man. Finish the
All
question.
right. So my point is this. The question me I ask is this, right? If both parties had a true long-term vision, right? Because we are arguing, in my case, semantics, you know, because GLP and PNP both have failed island when you look at it. They have both been in power long enough where Jamaica should be further ahead. So we're arguing right now is not beneficial where they show long-term benefits to the island, generational benefits. So my question is, when do we hold them accountable? We can't argue GLP and argue PNP all day long.
Can I say something to you now? Can I say something to you?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm going to show you how GLP mash up Jamaica. In the 70s.
Well, the question was, you know, I'm sorry. The question was, when are going to hold them accountable to long-term?
But we have to answer your question properly.
All right, go ahead.
In the 70s, Michael Manley came to the fore. And
Yes.
Michael Manley said to Jamaica that we have to be self-reliant, right? And
Yes.
Michael Manley forged partnership with Cuba, China, all of those countries, and basically started building out Jamaica. Get power. Edward Seaga joined with America and the CIA. In fact, they tried to kill Michael Manley 3 times. Plus, what they did was mash up the economy because America said, listen, the first thing we have to do for hold down a country is mess up the economy. And that's how they messed up Jamaica economy and basically turned Jamaica people away from start growing the things that we need to eat to start doing this only for export. So under PNP government, the food importation bill was way less than under any GLP government. In fact, our food importation bill for last year, 2024, was 2 billion Jamaican dollars. Under the PNP in 2016, our food importation bill was like about 800 million US, right? So this government has doubled, more than doubled, our food importation bill. We have to start holding our leaders accountable when we start being true to ourselves and stop looking at just being die-hearted PNP and die-hearted GLP.
Exactly
I
my
will
point.
agree with you with one thing, that both sides have failed as it relates to taking Jamaica to prosperity. Both parties have failed.
All right.
But one has failed more than one. And I tell people all the while, hold on, let me just finish this final.
Yes.
I tell people all the while, out of 100, I give the PNP 40% and I give the GLP 18% out of 100.
Yes.
Because truth be told, we have not prospered this country. We have not grown the country. And that's why I am in active politics, because I know that Jamaica can be a wealthy nation. But you need leaders with vision, leaders with integrity and with honesty. And if we are seriously about holding our leaders accountable, nobody in their right mind right now can support Andrew Holness. You put together what is called an integrity commission. And as the Prime Minister, you have failed to live within the laws of the country that you govern. So anybody tell me that they want to hold leaders accountable and look at Andrew Holness and say, I'm going to support you, you can't tell
I
me
support
nothing
neither
about
one,
it.
boss. I agree with you. And let me finish on this. Let me finish on this point, right? I think at some point as Jamaicans, whether you're home or abroad, we have to accept that they've been given the island crumbs, and then they go around and parade with PR press in front of them and celebrating it, and we eating it up. When Jamaica, we have to look at it that we deserve the loaf of the bread. That is as simple as the point I wanted to make this entire argument. PNP, JLP, whatever you want to support, but at some point we have to realize there's no lasting change where our children have ever benefited from. It always leads back to the same starting point for the last 60 years.
That's not true. Michael Manley gave free education at the university level.
Hold on, Shaka. I can't really stay long, right? Let me just ask a quick question, right? When it comes to, like, say, for instance, developing our nation, what the first main thing we look on?
You're asking that to me. I'm looking at education first, then healthcare, then infrastructure.
No, first and foremost. Hold on. The first thing we have to look for is infrastructure. If you don't have infrastructure, you can't put in the means of supply what you need. You can't build schools. You can't build none of that. You have to do your infrastructure first. That is how you build to develop a nation. Back then, why Shaka talked about, say, PNP or GLP mash up the country. None of the leaders have not mash up the country. They just never have a mind to still the vision for 20 or 30 years down the line, because everybody in our politics will just the script. When they start develop a thing where you call them infrastructure development in any form of country, that is where you start, say, the masses start grow. If you don't have that, you can't get schools, you can't get nothing at all, you can't get communities. No, hold on, we can't stay long. Hold on, we can't stay long.
No, I understand, say you can't stay long, but listen.
Kingston.
The infrastructure develop, hold on, the infrastructure development what happen now, it not stem off of education.
Exactly.
Listen what me I said to you, sir.
No,
Listen again. Just hold on again. Listen again.
Hold on, listen.
Hold on, caution. Me there working. Hold on, caution. Hold on.
You there work and just talk certain things. The one of the main thing what Michael Manley do for us is try to make Jamaica educated. That no, you as a big man, and even Shaka and all the other people, even the one when named Andrew Holness, all of them were sitting in a parliament, can come and have the brain set to do all of these things. Because with an uneducated country, you can't have infrastructure.
Correct.
And we all know that. So you need to outline that.
Has to be the primary investment. Has to be. Education has to be the primary investment.
Has to be the first thing. If your country fail in education, it's going to fail overall in everything.
But with this point, the infrastructure needs to be
just about education. So not because you look on it now and you say Andrew do infrastructure as according to you, you say that is the way to grow a country. No.
Caution.
Yes,
without an educated population, you can't go nowhere at all. because it is the education that will give you the capacity to build the infrastructure.
I
Yeah?
agree.
So if your population is not educated, you ain't going nowhere, and that is one of the problems Jamaica is having.
Yes, we need to reform the education system, rebuild and invest in it.
Hold on. That's why we have low unemployment, but most people still suffer because they don't have the skill set. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on, like that, Black. No, I have to go back at work. I was a director of Planning Institute of Jamaica, saying before I left Jamaica, saying our main idea for development of Jamaica is about road. When I think about education, when I think about none of that. Because when I have road, we can't have development.
But we have enough.
No, hold on.
But remember this, if you are not educated, you can't build good roads.
Even right now, the roads need proper drainage, need proper
That's right.
engineering.
But that's the reason why we get in the poor infrastructure where we get something because we're not
Exactly. Lack of education. We have to fix the education system first.
Well, look on it.
Everything first before education. That's kind of dumb to me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure you said
Fix the education system first by reforming, rebuilding, and investing in education. It has to happen, and that's how we fix Jamaica. When you look at even the crime rate, it goes back to education. Poverty goes back to education.
But hold on. But look at the development of China. Look at the development of China. What China did. China educate them population first.
Exactly.
So IPOP. The
Yes.
manifesto or the whatsoever our PMP put out in a 2025, yeah? You know see when them have the education, you know see, you know hear nothing.
Well, here's the thing, the thing is that when I look at these, I've looked at both, right? And I feel like it's still outdated. And what I mean by that is, let me make my point. We're still pushing CXC, and why CXC is still a thing in Jamaica. Why are we not focusing on trade and again training our youths, coding? We're talking engineering, we're talking electrical work, plumbing. You're supposed to graduate high school in this 21st century. May I talk the world on this? Let me finish the point. Let me finish the point real quick.
Understand your point, because I know you try to get piece of the bread in the politics, But me I say, all I know you follow the Jamaica politics.
Remember, so I've never given up on Jamaica politics. Just because I don't live in Jamaica don't mean I'm not following home.
All right, so you never remember when time Portia Simpson did I go implement art in a 10 and 11th grade in the school level?
I remember that, yes.
So what that a good? I said something. So I say something. Well, on a black art, may I reason something serious. Let me tell you something. May I reason something serious, right? So if you see the People's National Party have them ideology there, and you are coming with the same ideology, but you're going to say you not support the party. That means you are coming with the same mind game thing.
No. My one is different, Again, that's what we got to realize.
Different. But listen what I say to you.
Because that is a starting step where you just stated,
Listen what I say to you. Listen what I say to you, right? Respect.
May I listen?
You see, after election, you can't have that talk. But you see, right now, you can't come divide. Go over the labor right life them, because them in power. Try to get some of them vote. Now come over here and try to get them.
Well, listen, what I'm doing, is let me explain what I'm doing.
Listen, we know what you do. You want to come in a power, you want to go in politics, you want to become a member of parliament. That's how you go.
But the objective is for us to, again, I'm not PNP nor jail.
I know your objective, brother, but it can be bad to me because I experience a wicked government and you come over my yard to get my people and to split my thing for your brother. Come and leave, brother, and go try to split some of them, brother.
All right, listen, do me this favor. Now, we'll message on the side and we'll talk more about this offline. Is that okay?
Caution, don't run him. Don't run him, Caution. Don't run him. Don't run him, Caution. Make him stay.
Me not going nowhere, man. Me there. Me listen. Me not going nowhere.
Me like educate them,
Shaka. Oh, all right. Shaka say one reason with you. Black Heart, make him and Shaka go and reason.
No, but me talk here. So, Kasha, when you got high school,
again,
welding in high school, go welding and plumbing and mechanic shop and everything.
Yeah. Me get that in a high school. As a matter of fact, I can tell them my high school, Excelsior High School, so you know everything over there, so. Electrical, welding, everything.
If you go down, growing up in St. Elizabeth, right? When we start high school, me I did it already.
Yo, just season of my yo, we can't bother that because a big talking you do now, man. You do high school, something and all them kind of something, you know. One little school.
University. PJ, what the most I think them out of the high school them.
Who build more
school?
Who build more school at Jamaica than PJ?
Wait, brothers, hold on now, brothers. Because even Ascot High School have welding shop over there and a mechanic shop over there. Ascot, and a 1997 Ascot High School build.
Listen what they did.
Right? Hold on, man. You can't. You come from. You talk about something. A farming them they focus on down there, so man. Because everyone something a farming society.
Me and my friend rock off school here. We are doing electrical.
Continue go through with the reason here.
Virgin, what me at school?
Let me tell you something. General, let me tell you something. In the 70s, we started to build Jamaica. The 80s, they crashed Jamaica. And listen to this. There's only one time in the history of Jamaica that a Labour right government bring down the debt to GDP. Only once. And that is happening now. And that is happening now because there's a law in play.
Policies.
Virgin, me ask something.
The administration before now increase our debt. What is the simple question? What is the simple question? Are you dashing way?
No, you know, say I must see them come down. I'm not trouble for me. They're gonna call. I open another moderator them.
But no, man, there's something like them come. But the whole point is something. You are talking about something, right? That is a government put in place, and the next government come and change it. I'm telling you, just imagine if in the 80s, when we open up our hotel sectors, where Jamaica was getting a piece of the pie out of the hotel sectors, based on how Michael Manley had set it, where the government own a percentage of each company that opened in Jamaica, right? That would bring real stability to our current, right?
Josh, I'm going to run left on you. Here, big up on yourself.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Go on, do the good work, brother. Bless.
Yeah, man. Bless up yourself, man.
So this in the 80s, they come back and they overturn that policy where Michael Manley put in and put everything in private sector. They sell out free zone to private man. And free zone now become something private man come and use it, and they basically use free zone to enslave the Jamaican people. Right? Just imagine if we were used if they just come in, Edward Seaga did come in, follow the policies of Michael Manley, do the same thing that Michael Manley. You'll get a better growth in Jamaica. You'll get a real growth in Jamaica.
First, I said, oh, well, listen. I go down on the selling game, because you see, if you follow history, the first divestment happened in Jamaica in 1982. We're going to check all the things that we get divested in Jamaica. I think Edward Seaga make about, how much money he make off of that? He make a good piece off of divestment. I am first coming in with the divestment, Virgin.
Yeah, there's just remember say him shut down Joyce, you know. Remember say him shut down right? So I pop, I whatever the party one here, really understand here. I'm sitting do a man in the box. Oral, walk one.
Yeah man, me there man. Yesterday when I talk to you, I have one correction to make. When me tell us that the country grew 89 by 12%, that was wrong. It was 7.2%.
And that wrong too. That wrong too.
You're not wrong, man. You're man. 7.2%.
That one, you come back with another wrong.
No, you're wrong, Warren. And you ask a question. You ask a question. What we get free money in the 1980s? You remember, said Petrojam was farmed by Eddie Seaga in the 80s.
Yeah, why Petrojam the farmed by Eddie Seaga?
It's a refinery.
Yeah,
to make money.
So which part
save money and make money.
Yeah, which part exit mobile is that?
Which part? Esau the name. Which part?
Yeah, Esau. And all they said it there, and them Esau they left Jamaica.
Yeah, find out. Can I tell you what Eddie said?
Yeah, big man, me ask you, me not find nothing there. We don't want no history.
So may I ask you something though? Was oil refinery happening in Jamaica before?
Listen, Jamaica
never have oil refinery before.
Jamaica never grew 7% in the 90s. In
1989, Jamaica they grew by 7.2%.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie from the Peter here, brother.
Caution, do research, no?
Then when I do research already, 4% it grow by, brother.
No, it grew 4%. It grew 4% 1980.
Well, I say in a 93, how much percent Jamaica grew by? 19.
It is. You say about the 80s. You say about the 80s. Look at the 90s.
Oh, okay, all right.
But caution, if Jamaica one on a caution.
Well, I know, JLP never grow Jamaica by 7%.
But caution. If Jamaica grows 7%, one on a caution.
Never grow by 7% sometime in the year.
Caution, listen to me.
You said JLP never grow Jamaica by 7%. JLP grow Jamaica by 18%.
When?
1972 when Michael Malley come out.
Oral. That's one question. When election they call in 1972?
Huh?
Which month election call in 1972?
I think that was February, yeah.
February, and you have 10 years, a Labour Act grow the country in 1972?
Of course.
Go on for me, man.
So, what are the caution? What are the? That's one question. The fact that the government changed.
Wait, man. When election call, we know say the parliament dissolve. So nothing now go on. Election call from about in December. The date set for in December, so parliament dissolve. So there was no actively nothing go on. So January when the year start, nothing go on, going up to the election February. And you can tell me, say, the whole rest of the 11 months
the same thing with 89 caution.
You want to say the rest of the years. Well,
all right. The question is, caution.
You know what? The question yet me I try to explain to the people then. So the highest percentage of growth ever happened in Jamaica was Michael Manley do that. Michael Joshua Manley, 1972. One can't take that from we, brother. The year dead there to prove that. And the growth of the country always released the following year. So the growth of the country would have released 1973.
But
caution,
caution.
1971 them say.
So caution, you believe just say, caution. You may say, you know, you say caution. When the government changed, just say, when the government changed 1972, when the government changed 1972, what Michael Malley could have done in space of 9 months to grow the country by 18%.
Big man. Why you think them call the man Joshua? Why you think them call the man Joshua, brother? The man is
but tell me what could he done to make the country grow over such a short time in 18%? Tell me now.
Listen, Gretchen. The most, I probably all away. No, the most away in a Jamaica right now. Joshua do that, brother.
No, go someone.
Foundation. Then what I mean?
Just hold on. The result for the way in where you're going to get 1972 growth come from when the election called February, right? 19 something, right? So when it come to March 31st, 1973. That is when you're going to calculate the growth to say that the 72 the country grow by 18%. So it will not grow under the JLP administration.
But the question is,
hold on.
Just hold on, oral. The same thing with 1989, the election call in happened in February 1989. And Michael Malley took back over the country again. So the growth of the country in 1989, it will finish March 31st, 1990. And then that's how you calculate down there. You said 1989 grow by this amount of something. So all of the growth, So
But
all
the question I want to ask him, General. The question I want to ask.
It did not and could not happen under the JLP government because the JLP was out of power. Plain and simple.
All right, you message to you now. You believe to say the PMP come in and them do the work so the country for the PMP come on office.
No oral. What year? When did the JLP come out of power?
1972.
February 1972.
Yes, 72.
Right. Parliament dissolved from 71.
Listen,
So-
this, right? When I measure growth in a country, it starts from the new budget to the other budget.
Exactly.
You understand me?
No, I know some growth start. Growth start.
Big man. Yo, oral. Let's see if you don't know where I talk about, don't talk about where you know.
April 1st.
The growth start from the financial year when it starts, which is April to the nether April. You understand? So the growth of Jamaica in 2025 would start from April this year to April the next year. Then we say the growth. You have to remember, say, financial, what them call it? The economical cycle is different from our cycle. So our cycle starts from January to December. But the parliament financial cycle starts from April to April. You have to remember that, Bridget, when you talk about politics, it's two different calendars.
Ask yourself the question, no caution. Ask yourself this question.
Why at the end? No, you need to ask yourself the question now. So how the financial cycle from April to the other April, you wouldn't give Jamaica Labour Party. You cannot give them that, and we will not give you that. Michael Manley grow the country by 18%. The argument done. No argument to that, brother.
Okay, what him do? What Michael Manley do 1972 to grow the country by 18%?
First and foremost, the man built hospital, the man built road.
In 1 year,
the man put in all of the
PMP, I remember this. PMP have never built a hospital in Jamaica.
You ask one question and I answer the question and I come tell about if in 1 year.
PMP have never built a hospital in Jamaica.
A liar tell.
No, PMP administration no build no hospital in Jamaica.
Maypen Hospital, liar tell. And one hospital was on a bill.
Maypen Hospital was refurbished.
Maypen Hospital. Big man, check when Maypen Hospital bill.
Maypen Hospital was refurbished by PJ Patterson.
No, man. He rebuilt the hospital. He rebuilt the hospital, brother. The old building. The
hospital building in 1972. 1972, Maypen Hospital bill, brother. 1972, them built it as a small hospital, I think a type C. It did have one doctor there, and then after that, them start to expand and can do certain surgery throughout the year in the 70s. I want to tell you, brother, go and go do your research.
No expansion, no expansion of the Maypen Hospital.
Come take yourself to
the expansion was in the
big man. Listen, let me tell you now again, people.
Late 90s, early 2000.
Oral, if you continue and unmute the mic for this shot my program, moderator, take him off.
Brother, that's no problem, man. You can do as a police, man. You have a stop tell line in Jamaica. Captain lie.
1972, the hospital bill, it was one doctor there. It was a type C, one very small hospital. Michael Manley, the build on a Clarendon, and the first hospital we built on there. And throughout the year in the 70s, he expand it. Go and go read, brother. And then PJ Patterson come build a big building in front of it. I'm tear breaching. Don't come go on like you want to come take people for fool, my youth. And people are telling them something and you don't want to go read, brother. Yo, you see if you don't follow my page and I watch my video them, you don't see the information them I put up, brother. I put up that long time. And the one hospital want to build, I cost Jamaica billions of dollars right now to refurbish. Billions of dollars because you never build it good. We never get it. One hospital want to build right now and milk we pocket as taxpayers. Milk we pocket. That's how I talk about. From the company I'm a back spread and the mute to the mic. When man go over phone live and them look at thing, they have to mute to the mic, but you can't talk. But don't come go on like you want come where call it ya? Come style people as people mute the mic and I say something, say you want open back mic and I tell people about this and that, brother. in the 80s. Look on this man up on the screen. 80s, the destruction of Jamaica. 80s, seen there. Edward Seaga. Edward Earthquake Seaga. That me I tell you. He was the earthquake of Jamaica. Him come like Port Royal. Earthquake. Him sing piece of Jamaica. Gone with it. Gone with it. Everything where Michael Manley stand up for this, I'm gonna throw it out of the window. And then now I come
invent the gun culture in Jamaica. Jamaica can't get rid of all now.
Of course, that the man come and Michael Manley talk about it and said before that he used to have little things going, but it was mainly fist fights. Mainly fist fights. And when this man come in a power to
they never gonna talk about murder rate. The murder rate started I see I gonna make we have a murder rate.
You understand? The man want to take over. When we walk on in the kitchen there.
The man used to ship out man from go Miami, go teach them guerrilla warfare. Carry them back into the country to disrupt the country.
But Cosmo, you know what me can't understand? Some months ago, or probably a couple of years ago, the JLP them have campaign pan 18 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 18 years, and I talk about it again.
Mm-hmm.
Them a run from it. Why?
No, but the 18 years is better than now.
Campaign around the 80s, you know. Me notice they talk around the 80s at all time, you know. They not touch the 80s, you know. Then cost the 70s and cost the 18 years, right?
But they all right, you know, they see Edward Seaga time, where the country was seeing little growth, right? It was the drugs money that, right? Something man and man just you see man and man start blow.
Listen out. Yeah, but I don't really want to get on in the part of reason the amount of time, you know, Cosmo. Tell you the honest truth, you know. I don't really want to go down in that part there where I talk about G, this and the G and the D and all of them kind of something. I talk about how people are surviving in the country, bro. Go on.
But 1984, they 1984 they cut 33% of the staff that was working in the public sector, right? So and them never create no new jobs for map up them something there. Or them they expect their country to grow.
That the man never basis about the growth of the country. Man never care about that.
And that's
man
how you find people go downtown go start sell.
The man them just come in with a thing where them call them exploitation. That's all exploitation. If you listen to all them people that talk, none of them don't want to talk about the 80s.
Exactly, Carson.
They don't want to talk about the 80s because they know.
Like the 80s they exist.
Them know say the 80s is very bad.
The man them divest free zone, right? I'm bringing foreign entities to come down here to enslave Jamaican people, and then talk about free zone like it was a good thing.
Alam mo, tell man. Who will make me do all of this? I don't want to spend a lot of time. I'm actually almost 10,000 spend.
You understand? You know, get them people that talk about the 80s. Because them know the destruction will go on in a them time there. Earthquake Seaga. Wicked and dreadful. That's why you see when them forward, them want to talk about 90s, they want to talk about 70s, so on to the 80s.
And that now you have to keep that, like me like how you have to keep it in the 80s caution. Don't make them come out of it because them a run from it, they don't want to talk about it. All them can say a lie, you know, and they can't come with no facts. That's all them can say a lie.
That was not the problem with the down school. One of the
Warm to the 80s. I saw a diatic to one party that went and white squad looking in the 80s. When you still come and say the best party.
But you know, saying that it is milk, condensed milk. Enough people couldn't buy condensed milk.
Enough thing people couldn't buy in the 80s, man.
Right?
Enough things.
Remember 85. My father used milk powder because my little sister, she don't drink black tea. And that he use milk powder and sugar and make something, make milk. Right?
Well, them can go and do for them thing, you know.
But Kasha, I'll show you how bad the 80s was, right? Alright. In the 70s, one larder they sell for $10,000, you know. In the 81, you know how much was for a larder? $30,000. And then it jumped to $50,000 for one larder. 85 a larder was $50,000.
When the man them here pluck out. When them here pluck out the man them still a sell labor. And then I tell you, say, Bob Diaty.
But funny, they were quick to tell you say you were dieted, you know, but then as I said them dieted.
Well, who the bad at it?
They are listening now, you know. About different the mother really want to ask the eye them still. If you don't feel like say democracy good for your country, because in a real life that I see really I mash up the country still in it, bro. We see it. That are the real destruction for the country. No, feel so.
Democracy have its pros and its cons, just like everything else, you know. Right. But
well, to me, watch this. That are the division of the country, but in a sense, watch this now. We need one leader at a time. We don't need no two-party fight for now. Leadership.
No, but one leader at a time we have. Anyway, take it. One leader at a time we have.
No, yeah, we have one leader at a time, yes, because one person can lead at a time, but we have two-party fight for the leadership. And I understand what I say. And that is the main problem. You see me? I feel like watch this now.
Yeah. Bad. Watch this now. Support.
Yeah, man, I listen here now.
Caution it.
Because a PMP area me live in a still, you know. I go around here, and you see me? Now real life, brother. I tell you, brother.
This
just come.
When I hear
Remember, you know, the crime.
Yeah, we are
here now.
Democracy.
Yeah, listen what me I said, holy bad, right? If you have one leader and say, for example, you know, he want to legalize homosexual in the country, how you gonna get him to stop to that?
But are still the people him have to work with, you know, understand. Or the people are still the people, remember, you know, the people still put you in power, you know, brother.
Yeah, you put him in power. You put him in power. Well, I know, you put him, you hear what you just said? You put him in power. That means that him have all power, don't?
Yeah.
You know the one time where you have power for election day. You see everything will go happen now, and him going to sign all the deals and the agreements. You see, having two parties brings a checks and balance. So when time that man come with something, that man they can say, no, this not right. We can't do this. And if it is that bad, that it destroy the country and that man go in, all him have to do is just reverse it and take it out.
Yeah, true that still.
So we have to have checks and balance.
That's true still. But differently, the diversity me talk about after this democracy. When you look at it, you know, the democracy really diverse, the crime and violence, everything, you know. Isn't it? In our life, you know.
Is a thirst that a man have for leadership, and him don't have it him don't prefer country, right, over power. So that's why you get the high crime and violence we have. Because one man want to lead by all enemies necessary. So if it means if you carry the country down with him will do it.
Really? The way you system.
We could have still have a democratic process going same way, and the country would be better if you had leaders that had the best for Jamaica. I'm gonna tell you this: if Jamaica never changed government in 1980, where Jamaica is now, would have be further away from. We wouldn't be in this position.
So Mark's the next question, bro. In a real life, when you believe in what Marcus Garvey said, because me believe it, you know. I feel like one of them prime minister head have to roll down King Street, you know. The country have to learn still. I don't believe so.
It might not necessarily mean a literal thing, you know.
No, we know that. When I mean literal,
it could have mean that somebody gonna go to prison for Jamaica money, you know.
Then that me I tell you.
Right. And a King Street will get bangled from.
Then that me I tell you so.
So you can mean that too.
Anyway, me necessary because you still have to pay a price for it. You understand? You still have to pay a price for it. That somebody need to pay a price, and that necessary mainly way.
Somebody need to pay a price because if you're saying with it, and if you don't use somebody to make an example.
If the people don't set the example out of one of them, it not gonna happen. You don't feel so?
No, but
I do a play a blind eye to go on out natural, literally, you know, the whole of we there play a blind eye. I feel like say if one day the whole of we as
no, man, I know all of we play because we are going against what is going on. We're speaking out against what is going on, so we not play a blind eye.
Listen, you know, we just have speak, we just talk based on we as people. We don't make a step or no for something to go.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be, hold on. First of all, you cannot fight the state.
Fight the state, if you can't fight with.
Hold on. You cannot fight the state in the sense of going out there and go cause a war with the state. The state is going to always win.
Oh, yeah, no, brother. Whoa, hold up. What you think you call riot and revolution and them thing? What you mean by
and I'm saying, hold on.
Listen up. If we said no work, no this, and we go out there, go stand up and make that brother them have to work with where we are. So what you talk about the state can't
you
fight.
You really believe that?
What you mean, brother, listen. You feel the state have more guns than we the people them. You feel
yes,
the state
have more guns than we the people.
No, me ask you something literally. If you're going to
literal fight or anything, may I ask you something. If you feel like if a revolution for really go on, the state can win.
You saw what happened 2010 at Tivoli?
You see, if Jamaica turn to that state, they're gonna put you as a terrorist state. So when they put you as a terrorist state, they're gonna have other foreign countries come in and help the security force. That not gonna be one good outcome, brother. You can't put the state in a terrorist state.
But look what happened in Tivoli Garden in 2010. You can't beat the state, brother.
Brother, they said, what happened in Tivoli in 2010, if the thing did for really expand, brother, and if it did for evil last, may I tell you, say the state could win, brother. I just the end of the day, the facts look on it. So we say, because America take them illegal, them forceful self and come out here about them want this and that, which in them done manipulate our government.
Hold on. No man, hold on. Nothing. We had extradition treaty with the United States from God knows when. Right? And don't come with that argument there because Dodus was not the first person, because before Dodus extradition order come, there was a person that got extradited before that.
Yeah, but I'm gonna ask you something. Can you extradite a person that is not on your side anymore?
Yes. As long as you have evidence that he's committing crime in your country, you can send for an extradition order for that individual. Nemad never got America. Right? Ramcharan left America and come to Jamaica how much years? Right? But the whole of them, they got extradited before Dodus. They got extradited right before Dodus. 8 of them got extradited.
Them man they still will get extra that. Remember, and them thing not big like Dodus in them.
It don't matter what. It don't matter who's thing big or not. You break the law in America. We have a treaty with America that if somebody break the law, it no matter who break the law bigger or who break the law smaller.
So I want to know now, when you do all of them stuff there, how you gonna feed yourself? How you gonna get food? Eh?
What do you mean how you gonna get food?
I mean,
so if
you turn the country upside down, you have to think about the consequences where happen. How you gonna get food?
What do you mean?
How you gonna get light? How you gonna get water?
You want to eat where them eat. And them thing there.
That make no sense, brethren. You see, so why time we just talk because we can talk, but you see the light of
brother, some of the time you have to have a new change.
Yeah, but sometimes fighting a war doesn't have to be physical.
Look, no, we use Haiti as an example. Use Haiti as an example. Watch what happened to Haiti.
War doesn't have to be physical, brother. You can fight a war mentally. You can fight a war with pen.
You can fight a war with your vote.
You understand? You don't have to get physical to turn a place upside down. Well, it's going to have an effect on your pitney, your people, and your parents. You know, because if the country turn upside down now, JPS are going to literally lock off them power because them no bill now go pay. Water Commission do the same thing. Who are going to work? When the light not there, you most of our food in a freezer with chicken and with ham and with this and with that, them are going to spoil. But we are going to get tin food. They can't go on road because Jamaica be state of emergency. If you go out, the police are going to shoot you. How it all go?
Yeah. Oh, you have to get gas for cook. You have to walk around and look firewood for cook.
That don't make no sense, brethren. That not going to last.
You can't fight the state, bro. You can't fight the state, right now the state can't call for extra resources from overseas come boost them number. You run out. It's something the states can't run out of ammunition, you know. Cause if you get caught saying low, what them they send to America and one next plane of ammunition come down the next day. So the state now gonna run out of ammunition. Where you gonna get ammunition from?
Anyway, that's not my topic. That me really want to entertain, because I'm not planning on them kind of stuff. So big up yourself, cool man. Action, what I want?
Yeah, man, bless up, man. But I listen a long time, you know. What I say? Like when people them can demonstration again, I say Prime Minister teach you a new way now. All you have to do is organize. Just stay yard. Call up everybody and say we now move today. They can't do nothing for that. They can't go shoot you down for that.
Yeah, you can do that.
But I say discipline and organize.
Now I gotta say I couldn't do that. How much people prepare for that?
Well, that again too. How much people go say, yeah, today we are taking today.
Come after my car, my barber, I'm then one in a barber chair chip. Yo, go for it.
Everything outside the box are head of them at all time. Because them I think we kill we off, you know, that's all in the mind of kill we off, you know. The more you kill and more the people then get weaker, you see?
But you see, most of who talk about revolution, you know, and it's at the same time. All you have to do is go out there and vote. Are you going to go out there and vote?
What do you mean?
It's not a matter of revolution still in a bro. Listen. You see the same way you say it, revolution. The revolution can be with the same pen or evil with your body.
I'm not asking a question, Indian.
Listen before me now cut you, just listen what I say. Yeah, you see evil as well action say yo. God the same thing I did say first. When we are riot, we can go out there, go riot to do cardboard and paper and them things that will stand up.
No, man, that's not a riot, man. Riot are destructive something, you know.
No, riot are not really destructive.
No, man, riot is a destructive something.
Sometimes, listen now, what start riot is the force of the police, them see you come and they are so with the riot.
Hold on, man. We're based on you're talking protest, not riot. Riot.
Yeah, man.
Riot
protest are right, road boy.
It's two different things.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're going to talk now, you see, riot is something where you go out there, tear down something, or mash up something, right? That is riot.
Yeah, for real. Maybe me I mix it up, but I want me I say still. The protest them naturally leads to riot. Because most people always, and then you see this bag of police come and I come bull force the people them. I tell them for go away and it always
protest don't have to lead for riot. Where riot come in, you know, is because you're doing a protest. You have people with hidden agenda that they come in the protest and they'll use it for something to start a riot. And that's why you have to be careful right now when you're talking about your planning protest. Because right now, if you PNP plan a protest and it's going out there, something it's going to break out into a riot. Me not ask you, because you're going to have JLP supporters that they are going to come dressed like PNP and them are going to start it so that PNP get the bad name.
Yo, I really want to educate people now so we can... If you're planning to really want to entertain the conversation, the brethren. You understand what I say, brethren? I really want to entertain the conversation. I don't know. My line of topic them will need them fun. You understand? That is not my thing. No time. So I come like I eat that feed there because when the conversation dead down, start go all about the place, people jump off for the topic and all kind of shit and I want to talk about.
So you're going to barber and you're going to eat and then you turn around and tell the barber, say the barber put money in the chair.
Yeah, that him do. Wait now.
So you're going to eat?
No, I'm eating food already, man.
Yeah, then that's why the barber put somebody else in front of you.
Yeah, I mess around, man. Mess around. Go on, wait, because them man, the head not really big still, very much, you know.
My the man here, you.
Yeah, almost done. Big man, in the dust, you see how I'm stay, though? You see how I'm stay? Hype him just a while, you know. And when you hear me say it, you know, but you don't want, so, you know, say I don't want another food I was buying, I go buy it still. I'm just eat a food, you know, I'm see with it, you know, that's why I am a friend, brethren. I am a friend. So I can't buy my friend something. In a feel mine, it feel like I want something. I'm just see this. I'm say yo.
Andrew, behave yourself, Andrew.
So that's
I
one.
come with that.
Me ask you for that one.
You me ask no. You me ask them. We never don't talk. We can't tell you yes, we can't tell you no. No. We have me in my freedom, my shorting and something because I want the whole life to you.
So you just ask me about BFB.
Because you mention it. Say,
oh, so am I things you want?
Angie, man, then come for you now, Angie. Yeah, see it.
Oh, yeah, no BFB in the quick, man. I buy a BFB.
Angie, my people come for you. Yeah, woman.
I'm a good friend, man. I saw a good youth, man. I'm saying,
no, Angie, there, you just Angie talk about say you're lucky say I never plank a trim before.
Oh, if I plank a trim, Jesus Christ! I'll next you the barbecue and done to bomb. You know, it's a small head, man. It's a small head, you know. I have to remember, say, you see, like how plank of that kind of. You know, yo, the man have some long bully in a to bomb, you have to go down in some trench.
Valley.
Valley. Yo, when I trim plank, you know, you don't need shit, you need a picker, you know. Pick and speed, you know speed.
Need a hoe, man.
Bomb, nah.
A hoe you need.
Yeah.
Bomb back at 4 o'clock already?
Yeah, man, I don't want to wrap up now because time I get late. I got to and deal with something differently after that.
Alright, go and go do it. Though. So you have hold on, you have 100 people on it. Carry the live got 50K. For
them people, yeah. I'm going to chat people business, them people at top of screen. You know.
Carry live got 50K. But this is day and night cash and over so you see man them now top.
Oh that's
over there.
See what going on, man.
100 and add people on the live and the live will reach 20K.
See what going on. Yo, say it, wait there, you know? Yo, say it, yeah? Sit up on the bed. You understand what I say? Man, this. I know, I see a classical run coming on the Jesus Christ. Everybody want to war with me, you know. Ingram, where you going to Ingram? Long time in a year, Dancy, you know, Dancy, why? People are running out for the platform, brethren.
And enough of them get free, you know.
Part I want to see you doing a live again. I want to go and not even chicken where you talk about. We call them something there with them war, with it. We call them thing there. Sparta, big up yourself, you know.
Respect. I will say the word.
Eh?
To buy some land on Bernard Lodge.
Who buy land at Bernard Lodge?
You know, say same land where people buck down the squatters them. They say land you know.
I never squatters. Don't use squatters. Don't use the word squatters. The people that wasn't squatters. The people that purchased the land through, right?
Oh, you're right. My apologies. They purchased
right. People that purchased the land.
Unauthorized persons and the Prime Minister and buck down the place. But
me, the Prime Minister wife did buy up the land them.
Are she buy them now?
Yeah, then that's why then they go dig down the people them.
Yes, I don't.
But it look like the whole around there them own it.
Yes, I'm a special city.
Because that part in the caution, you spot the stable there. I heard they own piece of land over to where the stable was. Over the side where the stable is. And then the other front part, Andrew was in partnership with the development of go on over there. So now that over that little section, the part over this was supposed to be
So that all right. So I want to ask this now. The piece of land, Bernard Lodge, when Portmore become 115th parish, it would have fallen in Portmore?
No, St. Catherine.
I go over St. Catherine.
So most of Bernard Lodge would have been St. Catherine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the piece where she the depot now, it that fall in a Portmore.
Then that may ask you to part that we don't go by in a Portmore.
Yeah, that piece that in a Portmore, but the other piece where them own on the other side, when them go further there's something like that own that be something there.
So is the mother by the land, are the son by the land, or the company by the land? Which of them?
This can't be the son. Where the son I get money from? The mother
you say all the property have been transferred. I prefer the son name here.
Don't worry, man. Investigation I go run on it, man. Proper investigation I go run on it.
But my understanding is that the years of investigation are 21, 22, and 23. And it sounds as if that the transfer was done recently, as in 24, 25.
Mm-hmm.
So if property passed 24, 25, and property was in the hands of the previous owner in 21, 22, 23, they will still form part of the investigation.
You see, whatever them switch over in a 2025 don't have nothing to do with the investigation. And when the investigation start go down now and it will show something because it still going to show ownership from them time there.
I strongly believe that this is a serious matter, you know.
It is a serious matter.
That's very, very serious matter. And I think that's one of the main reasons why the persons in the party, and it has been rumored that they are seeking a new leader.
But the wife that says she want to lead too?
Because Justice Darrett clarified the documentation, you know. When the trial starts October, the attorney general is part of the trial too. The attorney general will suit, you know. He's naming his suit, you know.
Yeah, he must sue the people at Jamaica.
Rather interesting.
What we have to just hope that election.
I was shocked last time, mate. I was shocked. But the question is, the question I'm asking, it just can't look good that the head of state is involved in so much different situation which doesn't concern the Integrity Commission.
Yeah, that's it. It's corrupt as ever.
Too much mix up. You know, we can't continue like that.
That's why we need to remove the ceremonial process and put in people who can work, and if them not work, they take them out. That's a problem. We have a governor general sit down, but we can't get rid of, and just sit down and just nod nothing and them thing there.
Well, I saw a TikTok from Mark Golin today saying that the first thing are the first 100 days.
Break up Ingram.
They give a commitment on that.
Mr. Keith, why me see you
Yeah,
go?
man.
See you go over there in Alliance then again.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Me going alive then, man. Me not afraid of them, me not caution. Me not afraid of them, me not. Me not afraid of them, and them not like fear truth, you know, because me them me tell you them fear. They fear me, you, and Ingram and the brother name again, man.
Yeah, but you say this how we are trying to draw from in a virgin. Cause me have a problem going over there, but when you say, alright, if you go in a box and 8 man or 7 man in the box support one party and you support another party, you gotta have a level of unbiasedness and a level of unfair.
Yes.
You are gonna get, say for example, if you say I give you 3 minutes to talk, you will get 3 minutes, but them technically I get your 15 minutes.
21 minutes.
Observe the truth, you know. Definitely.
Yeah, 3 minutes. Yeah, 3 minutes. I got last enough for them 21 minutes.
Yeah, man,
But
that's right.
Everybody talk. I got talk about what them want to talk about, you know. And you can't go use your 3 minutes to even actually answer everything what them 21 minutes cover.
That's why I'm leave over there, caution, because you're depend live and you're saying 4 minutes per person, right? And me, they don't have so me, so you basically have something there, 28 minutes. And then you know people are go over there in time because they have them preference. You're talking about half an hour. Right? So then when you have to sit down and I say write down.
Tell her to send the file to me before.
Ingram, mute your mic, Ingram. People are hear your business.
You know what more though? Like I set up a real debate. Yeah, now I set up a real debate, and the debate that I'm gonna have is that come have the 4 people, so 4 bucks. So I could have you Cosmo by yourself and labor right over there, so and I could have 1 floor yourself and labor right over there, so. So you say like you and the person over here, so only get 30 minutes. Between the 30 minutes, my money tight like mother make ask the question.
30 minutes too long.
No, listen what me I say no. 30 minutes between the 2 and I'm split in at the time. One not gonna talk. So we would say, yo, you get 2 minutes, then that the man get 1 minute to reply, then you so you would agree throughout 30 minutes. Then when you and him done now, the other person now, that would be 1 floor and Keith now get another 30 minutes and them can go forward and debunk and lay them points within them 30 minutes and you know as well. I'm gonna show them how they do it. I'm gonna teach them.
What's the prize money? What's the prize money?
A lion.
The best you one of a live will make you come on and squitty still, you know.
Richard, you see, me tell you, you have to calculate the time, brother. If alright, so 369, 12, 15, 18, 21. Yeah, so it cost myself. If I have 1 labor right in the box at 7 PMP, that is 7 PMP, I get 21 minutes to talk, but the 1 labor right I get 3 minutes to talk. That's gonna be unfair.
You can't debunk what them say. You can't.
It's gonna be unfair. The fair way for have a debate is for have 2 persons face off. Someone say, alright, 4 people in the box, 8 people in the box, 4 from one side, 4 from the other. 2 people face off for 30 minutes, then another 2 face off for another 30 minutes, and another 2 face off for 30 minutes, and the other 2 face off for another 30 minutes. That would be approximately be about 2 hours. A good round of debate that. Good round of debate. Can we run life for longer than that, so I don't think so that are going to be too long. Everybody I get them for 30 minutes.
There you go. There's your key.
You know why on the Burrington,
huh?
You know why Martin Burrington Martin.
Where's that?
You know what?
I don't hear that.
Burrington, the one on the Burrington, you know what?
No, your phone a break up, you know. I don't know.
Burrington. You know that one?
I don't know Burrington.
Oh, wow. Then change every minute, you know.
Me and the boy.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, man, because they don't want to, but me and the boy, they study together. And me and them study together.
Which year I'm left on university?
What is up? 95.
I'm left 95.
Yeah, man, 95.
Oh.
Mm.
When
yeah, man. So, but when them care, but them, you know, cause me and one a woman attack, you know, how a standpipe you beard out, you bearding and you living in your care, you know, because to you speak truth and it hurt them in a caution because they then chat them every time you go on a program and they have me name them depend or your name or you Blair or Ingram. Ever the power name. How we buy a son. We this and with that. Then a whole heap of negative thing. But nothing but I pay them no mind. I say, you see, I idiot them the man. Because them argument are not based, you know, and that is a problem, you know, them argument are not based because they even go back on this program last time I made them know the Chapel Hospital closed down 1985 and people in there tell me, say me lie me tell me say Seattle locked down Chapel Hospital 1985 as a community hospital. We never say, you know, me can't deal with it.
That is correct.
Yeah.
But still now in a recover cause still clinic. Even though they upgrade.
Them come to me and Vegas debate on security. So me say, George Davis say, PJ Patterson is the crime prime minister. PJ Patterson have 13,700 unalive. For 14 years. Andrew Oles from 2016 to 2024 of 12,700 and mash. Unalive.
I think PJ won lower than that, man.
No, man, 30. Me double check it, man. 30 something. Andrew have 12,700 something. So me say when you do your average, when you average out this, who is the crime prime minister? Who is the crime prime minister?
So why would that be the average?
Most Andrew Holness.
Why would that be the
I'm under 4.
Why would that be the average?
When you average out per year,
how much 1,000?
Andrew Holness.
Andrew 1,200 and odd.
1,000 something, Andrew. Yes, when you average it out, yes. But you see, the labor right them there, them no facts and them just go up Vegas show me what.
Anything, man, but
yeah, man. Then him talk about agriculture. So me tell him, say, look here, Jamaica Labour Party destroy agriculture in Jamaica. Me say when they look at banana, the Labour Party mash up banana. The Labour Party mash up the sugar. Destroy sugar, every sugar factory locked down. We said the Labour Party destroy citrus when you have a disease and them and him them in when the citrus disease come in, right? All of them stuff there. And coffee, cocoa. In play one sitting now, what Andrew must say how much 100 hectares of land them are open for irrigation for farmers. So I say, all right,
I was a mouth that you play, but a mouth it a come out. Mr. Can you identify and tell me where that's 100 hectare irrigation land there? Mr. Don't go around the brother. Tell me. Government built 270 farm roads. Mr. Tell me 10. Tell me 10 of the farm road them. 10 of the farm road what them build back. Here, man. Let me tell you, man, them labor right there don't have a sense, man. They don't have a sense.
The Prime Minister, or the Prime Minister saying today, you know, that the shock of Jamaica is caused from the lack of, they can't find enough land to build the house. I heard that today. The Prime Minister.
Yes, I heard it today on the news. Yes, me have said, oh, what is the man come from?
No, man.
And you see a man and say, how much hectares of land you have?
No, man. This man is a toy, man. This man is...
So, all right, well, and what the crime rate in 1990? Well, 93. What the crime rate in 90?
Enough for Google it. You know what I mean about something enough to Google it. Somebody Google what double for have an extra phone.
Yeah, I think it less than that still, you know. I think Andrew would have more, you know, because I remember Andrew have more over 1,000. Andrew never have underneath 1,000. I think when time past 1,000 was in a 2000, early late 90s, it passed 1,000. Because somewhere after so. I don't know. I'll check it now.
Man have no strategy. The crime fighting. The man have a fight. The man have a strategy for crime fighting. You understand? So, they never write them. Me ask him, I say, tell me what crime fighting strategy him give or make him be a successful prime minister in a crime. Because the year just start, and according to the statistics, we say a 35,000, 35% the crime stop by. So me why you fi tell me now what him do to get the crime under control.
I'm telling you, you see debating crime as a political thing, it can be very bad. You know why? Because it's literally you try to play with people's lives. Crime shouldn't be a political debate. Crime is a national issue. So both parties agree and coordinate on fighting against crime along with the citizens. It's not